I'm a soul like a dope deal. Can we put your car like a hotel? They ask me how I got here, said I'm so skilled. And I ain't gon' chill until my soul heal. If you quick to brag, you get clipped to tag. They say my bitch is bad. Soon as she get home and she switched the bag. Tricks on me, just let me get the tab. And I'm a savage. Carry the city on my back like it's a fat bitch. Most of these rappers don't have it. And I kill shit without the graphics. That's why I ain't competitive, y'all. Cause deep down inside, I know I'm better than y'all. I'm living just ball, one of the best to let us involved. All these niggas pussy, I'm ahead of these balls. She could be a steward, but she rather strip. I am the definition of P. Lewis and Deborah Smith. All them extra shits, boy, you better flip. The car yellow like a taxi, call it cheddar whip. I take it work my flesh from dealing with a lot of death. Believe on myself, I don't mess with a lot of death.
What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Feral Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions, you know. It's a lovely Friday. Today's the what? The 14th? Yeah, Friday the 14th. You know, 2023. That's what we doing. What's happening in the world? Got a nice show for y'all lined up tonight. Let everybody introduce themselves as always. Starting with my guy to my left.
Hey, what it do, man? It's your boy Feral the Most, a.k.a. Feral Films, a.k.a. the Donald Goins of filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? In other words, man, just a nigga with a story to tell.
Like that. What you doing? It's your boy Camouflage, K-A-M-M, in the building.
And it's your girl, Miss Baps, in the building.
Got Miss Baps with us tonight.
And I go by the name of Double D, the college kid, all one word. You can call me Double D 5500, Double D the college kid.
Call it jewelry. Because, man, when you come through the door, man, it's jewelry first, man. You gotta ask somebody.
Y'all taught me well, man. Product of the city.
What's happening? It's been a very interesting week as always. Y'all know I always start off with the same monologue, so y'all already know what I'm gonna say. It's been a very motherfucking interesting week. But before we get into the bullshit of the week, we're gonna talk to my people that's here tonight. Hope everybody's doing good. What's up, Keisha? First off, let's cheers to it.
Yes, Keisha, I'm consistent.
Yeah. Consistency is king.
I'm not new school, but I keep it solid. I keep it doing it how I do.
Cheers, everybody, you know, to a productive everything we're doing. Before we even start, I want to wish everybody continued success and blessings, and may your bank accounts multiply tenfold, and your problems diminish, like erectile dysfunction. May they shrink.
Erectile dysfunction is actually a good
I said, you know I dropped the gym. I said may they shrink.
After you get, because if you couldn't get hard, you probably get some shit accomplished.
Ooh.
Make some sense right there.
That's what's up.
You'll be the president.
Igor, what's happening? Bay Life in the building. Tuning in, what's happening, brother?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, you know, it's been, like I said, it's been an interesting week. We got some things going on. So, Double D, tell me what's going on with you?
Oh, man. Just working. For real, just putting every foot forward, man. Just working on this music, trying to promote, trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lightweight tough because it's a lot of talent. And it could become oversaturated, but I'm just trying to stay relevant, marketing and promoting. It ain't easy, but just been doing it.
Cream gonna rise to the top, and you the cream, man.
Appreciate that, for real.
Yeah, for y'all that was paying attention to the music that we listened to when we came in, you know, that was my man's single. Tell people about that single, man.
I got a mixtape. It's called California's Dreams. I've been put that out. I put that out about 3 years ago. But now I'm working on California Dreams 2. I'm just rapping off a lot of beats, just killing hella beats, different beats. And that was Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige. I just be trying to pull them out from all over, for real. West Coast beats, East Coast beats. But I'm really trying to let them know how diverse I am. Honestly, like my my ability is crazy because it's therapeutic to me. Like I was telling you earlier, I just love doing it. You know what I mean? It's my go-to. It used to be basketball. I used to be playing the drums, but it's therapeutic to just write. And I'm writing for singers now. So man, yeah.
Ghost pen is a lovely business to be
Writing
in.
is
It
a
is.
therapeutic thing.
Yes, it is.
I wrote 5 novels, man, about
For sure.
Chase, what's happening, sis?
For sure.
So, for those that are unfamiliar with you, tell the people your history, where you came from. You know, just delve into
I'm
this.
from Oakland, East Oakland, California. I come from
Town up.
yeah,
Town,
so
yes.
East Oakland, 55th to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a foster
Double
system.
nickel.
Yeah. I got a book actually. It's called Miracle Baby. If you can go get that, it's on Lulu. It's called Miracle Baby. My mom and dad was struggled with substance abuse, you know, and I was a product of that, a product of the system, and then I was able to go to college and graduate and have my kids. And I mean, if you go read the book, you'll hear more about it. But a lot of that is in my music too. I spit it through my pen, you know, on different beats. You
It's
know,
amazing
What's up?
how far that you've accomplished and all the things that I've witnessed that you've done. You'd never know that you came from such a, you know what I'm saying, an unsolid start. So, man,
Appreciate
my
that.
salute to you, man.
appreciate that, man, for
Absolutely,
sure.
you know.
It made me who I am. It made me actually be more empathetic to people who's dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because now I'm working with the homeless. My mom used to live under the freeway, real shit. So
Yeah.
I always got to give back. You know, that's in my
Absolutely.
heart and in my music, in my books, and what I do for the community. I do it because I really love what I do, and I've been there. You know,
That's
for
what's
sure.
up.
Appreciate that.
Like I tell people, scars build character. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
yeah.
You got to go through it to get through it. And
sure.
like he was saying, we're putting so many. We're getting a disadvantage from the gate in this corporation because this ain't a country. It's something you'll get at 3 in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Later.
But
Igor said he remember you from rocking Sweet Fingers.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Shout out Igor. Appreciate it. Yeah.
That's my
I
guy.
went down with my
Igor.
nephew. For sure, I was with my nephew. I actually met Drew down there.
Yeah.
And you know, he from the nickel too. Yeah.
Drew from the
Yeah, we
five.
from the nickel too. So we was talking about doing the feature and doing some music. And we gotta actually do a collab too. So yeah,
That's
shout out
what's
Igor.
up.
Now, can I put in a special request
What's up with it?
that your next video you feature the famous model Miss Bats?
It's on her to let me know. If she available, definitely. You know, don't discriminate at all.
That work. What's up, Renee? Shout out to Renee in the Venus Lounge. Tuning
Hey,
in.
Renee,
Sis.
what's up? Shout out to DeForest Watts tuning in.
Yeah, Matisse. That's the homie. Sag Life.
Now, where do you see yourself going from here? Because you have, you know what I'm saying? I know on your professional level, I know with the social work and stuff like that, you're doing great strides in the community. And with the music game, I've heard 50 songs from you. And I ain't never heard a weak one yet.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Appreciate
everything that you do musically and everything is fire. What's next for you, man?
I want to go around the world with it, man. I really want to go around the world, and I want to bring people with me. I can't do it by myself. Like, I'm building a team right now, so I got LeJon Hawkins. Shout out LeJon Hawkins.
Man, hell of a singer, hell of an artist.
You know what I
If
mean?
y'all end up on that, brother,
Like, we the
trust
next
me when I
up.
tell you,
And I
that
don't wanna be
dude's
cocky.
fire.
I'm not cocky. We talk about this on the. That's my brother.
Walt said,
We the next up. Like,
Tell my guy what's happening.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I be like, the way this industry is set up, because I listen to some of everything. I ain't no regional. Some people only listen to just this region. I listen to everything everywhere. And you right there.
For sure.
And then the cat, LeJon,
Yeah.
first time I ever heard him do it, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was double parked, about to get a ticket. And I was like, hold on, fuck that. Y'all watch my car. I got to meet this man. But as talented as both of y'all is, it's amazing to me that y'all not like multi-platinum or something, you know?
We just gotta keep working.
we gotta help promote them.
Being consistent, being persistent, like I always tell him,
That's
man.
true.
We always talk about this, like, they're not gonna really understand us until we get there. And I'm like, but they can help us get there. All you gotta do is promote, share, be at the events, come to the video shoots, because we want y'all to be a part as well. Like, we can't do it by ourselves.
Now, I
but-
know you're a pleasant guy, and I know you personally, so I know you don't like to do no hating shit or none of that, right?
Yeah.
But how do you feel sometimes when you know how talented you actually are? And you know how talented he is.
Yeah.
How do you sometimes feel when you putting your heart and soul into this shit and you know your shit ain't lacking and there's other motherfuckers
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
got plaques on the wall and some of this shit sound like they just really woke up and was bullshit.
Bullshit, right?
And I know you don't want to hate on that
Nah, I
man's
can't.
success, but don't
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes don't it be you kind of sometimes feel like way like, man, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Sometimes I think about the timing. If I would have blew 2, 3, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have been ready. I would have probably been fucking off money. You know what I mean? Girls at my hotel room, I don't know what I'd do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I have to be mature and be prepared for it, and I believe in God, and I believe He knows when the time is right. So I know some people, I listen to the radio, I'm like, this shit is bullshit. This is weak as fuck. Like, who wrote this? And who's allowing this? But I know that if I just keep pushing and eventually somebody gonna listen. Somebody gonna hear it. It'll be that one person. You know what I mean? So I can't take away from nobody else's success, though.
So when we were speaking earlier, that instrumental that I played, and I was saying the lyrical shit.
Yeah.
When I was your video, I thought of you too.
Okay, for sure.
And so we'll talk about that after, because I told you I was gonna do it. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
I can picture you on that.
Oh no, definitely.
I can picture you on that.
And that's the thing, man. It's like I just love music. Believe it or not, we got a rock song. We got a rock song out. Like, we really trying to be diverse with it. We trying to really reach the masses and not just stay in the Bay Area.
Right.
A lot of times we rapping about the same stuff. We hear the same music.
I'm tired of dope fiend music.
Exactly. We feeding the same shit.
Everybody talking about how much pills and perks and all this shit they do. I came from an era where all that shit was frowned upon. So I ain't.
For that too, though.
I actually love it because I'd have made damn near fortune serving these niggas.
I mean, that era, that's the era I came up in where I made money off you niggas.
It's capitalism, man.
I'm just saying, that's the shit
Put it
that's
like this.
I ain't never took none of that shit.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a morally righteous guy, and I believe in the rules and order and shit like that. But I also have no compunction with selling drugs. I don't give a fuck.
So the goal of any new artist is obviously you want more new listeners, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for those people who might be tuning in, who haven't heard your music, how would you best describe it? You know what I'm saying? How would you describe the way you get down?
That's that liquor and shit. I would say party. I like to make party music.
Mm-hmm.
I like to make music for the ladies, of course. And then I always touch on the what's going on in society right now. So, you know, black on black crime, and I touch on police brutality. I just wrote a song on that. Like, that's what I'm saying. I try to be diverse, you know. But lately, me and Lejean been making a lot of songs for the ladies. So look out for us.
Is that your passion?
Remember, the melanated woman is God.
Ladies, man.
So you always
yes,
gotta.
of course.
You always gotta.
Man, the ladies, you know what? They're the ones who actually rap my lyrics. They're the ones who consume my music.
It's
not
been a
lover
proven
boys
fact.
in the game. It's everybody trying to out-hard each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Fucking
got
sausage party and shit.
Exactly. Everybody gangster.
Yeah, at some point, somebody got to be like, hey, man, this for the ladies.
Like, you niggas is sitting here, all y'all niggas in here cock diesel, nigga, they over there. Nigga, I'm going where they at, nigga.
Hey, Teddy Pendergrass and them used to sell out arenas,
Yeah.
women
Come
only.
on, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about
You
it.
niggas scared to tell a chick that she halfway like her, nigga.
Yeah.
They set the blueprint.
More pussy for niggas that know how to talk.
Keisha, that might be a stereotype, and I do hear what you're saying. Keisha says that eventually we gotta grow up.
Exactly.
In regards to the music,
Oh, yeah.
and she said that
Yeah.
drug dealing is a stereotype. However,
I don't.
many of us
I'm
come
so
from
far
an era
removed.
where it's not necessarily a case of growing up. The underground economy is sometimes what sustains many of us and helps us sustain our lifestyle that we can't get as a part of participating in the workforce. And then, as artists, sometimes our art does reflect that reality. So it's not a case of growing up. It's sometimes we are who we are. However, you will never hear me. I might smirk about it, but I don't glorify it.
Right.
And I recommend to anybody coming behind me, go get your degree, go get your master's degree, and do those type of things. However, me, I come from the hard knock life, and it's where, unfortunately, and maybe because I haven't grown mentally, but it's also where I'm most comfortable.
So product of your environment.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm more comfortable on a Martin Luther King in any city I go to than anywhere else.
That's what it all
And I
is.
do know I need to expand.
Yeah.
I do know I need to grow.
Entertainment. It's
'Cause
entertainment
because
for
it's
y'all,
natural.
man.
But on the flip side, a person can't tell me that we need to grow up because sometimes this is our art is a reflection
Yeah, but that's why we show it in the movies. You know, we show where we come from in the movies or in the music. It's entertainment as well. I mean, we just let you know exactly our story and how we split it out. But that don't mean we living it on a day-to-day basis. And that's what these youngsters don't understand. And as artists, we might rap about it, but youngsters, they thinking it's true, and they going out and they really actually doing it, and they end up in a bad situation. Whereas we gotta let them know, like, man, this is entertainment. This is what we getting paid for, you know. And it's sad because honestly, all the record companies, they paying you to do that. They paying you to talk about that shit. They paying you to glorify the wickedness, honestly.
And not to get on Keisha, but I always say, you know, it's crazy how they do the black man's words. You know what I mean? And I say that
Keisha will get on your helmet.
And I say that, and I say this to say, now we could get together and we could make an action movie, and I could kill everybody in this room as long as I do it real tight.
Right.
It's going, ooh, that's good. But if I say I popped you and I popped you and I popped you, now it's a problem. When actually actions is supposed to speak louder than words. But when a black man speaks, or a melanated man is.
Thank you.
My good brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all stopped. As long as you identify as a color in a crayon box, you always be in a box.
Now here's the thing. Did you see the comment?
That's something you'll get at 3 in the morning.
Keisha says she wants to hear more black excellence. But for some of us, the fact that from where we start to here, just the fact that I exist and I can come out of my house and got a view of the entire Bay Area, I feel that even no matter what actions I take, just my very existence is black excellence.
Yeah.
You go hit it.
Yeah, no, that's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
That's true.
Because I met my father once, and my mother was on drugs as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know till I was 29 who my father actually was. And I was like, oh, I remember I met dude one time. He came and said, hey, how you doing, young man? So I came from one of them old fucked up environments. So I feel that the fact that where I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but the fact that I'm here, healthy, got a little something in the bank, own some property, shit like that.
Right.
I feel I'm black excellence personified. Now, there might be somebody that might say, well, you still engage in immoral activities, or you're a part of the entertainment and stuff like that, and they look down their nose at entertainers and stuff like that. But the flip side is, I think I am black excellence, you're black excellence, you're black excellence, you're black excellence, you're black excellence.
And I be telling people though, like, when they said they don't have no father in their life, and I said maybe he would have been detrimental to your growth. Maybe he would have showed you something that you didn't need to know.
Right.
I mean, if he beating on your mom or he's shooting up, that's some shit you
I didn't want to say that,
but
but what I found out about my father, that nigga was so trifling. I didn't miss nothing.
Right.
And
you know,
and to that point, and what you said earlier about your question, asking, you got these people out here that's getting all this shine, who lyrically and whatnot, content-wise, is garbage they own. But like you said, which I loved your response to his question. Everything happens on the time it's supposed to happen. You don't become a millionaire until you're supposed to. We've been in. You already know I'm going.
Everything in all due time.
In all due time, exactly. I can speak personally. We've been in situations where it could have been multiple meals and ate, and could have been touching 10 figures years ago. But at what cost? Was we ready for that? Can we handle that?
If I made the money I make now as a 20-some-year-old, I would have been done killed myself.
I was doing, niggas was doing numbers. Niggas was doing numbers in high school.
You ever met my boy Rob J?
I think so.
So me and Rob J, we flew all the way to New York to do this deal with the Rough Riders and this and that, and then shit ended up falling apart. And then the founder of Rough Riders ended up going to prison and this and that, right?
Okay.
My boy is a deacon now over at Axe. And me and him was chopping it up, and I was lamenting how we had put so much grind in, and we didn't get the $500,000 check. And he looked at me, and this really woke me up, because he looked at me and he said, everything happens how it's supposed to.
Yes.
Because you know how me and you was carrying on. If we'd have got a $500,000 and a major cosign, man, we'd be in, if we was lucky, we'd be in prison. But most likely we'd be in there, because we both, due to how we came up, family structures and that, we had what they would call self-destructive tendencies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being a Benz, it still got a pistol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even could be somewhere with a pocket full of money and your whole world in front of you and your family waiting for you, your kids waiting for you, and somebody say something you don't like. And I air this bitch out even though you got, you know, even though you got family.
That's what happens now.
So yeah, if I would have got a hold to that.
That was the mentality.
So once he woke me up, I know we hate the word woke, but really when you get woke and you become aware of things, you be like, wow, if I would have got that success that I was wishing for, that I was crying for, that I was depressed, that it didn't come all the way through, if I would have got that shit, I would have destroyed myself.
Sure.
Say people hate woke.
There's a war. There's a war on us aware people. There's a war because
So,
this.
you know, we've been woke for people that have been, you know,
It's a war on us. Yeah.
Been woke, and all of a sudden, like,
It's a
woke is
war.
like,
Yeah, that's what they do. They flip it. I mean, because in high school and shortly after high school, a nigga had a house and was chilling, doing all type of shit as a fucking 17, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Chilling. We didn't own it. We was renting. But I'm just saying, how many motherfuckers you know, 17, 18, you got a house, not no fucking apartment, not a house. We chilling, throwing super parties, going to fucking Greek Show 92, Davis Street, senior year in high school, doing all kind of shit as a young kid. And then, and with a regular job, nigga had a regular job and all that. And then it was just like, nigga, we doing a lot. No jail time, no nothing for all that shit.
Bless.
Could have been way super big-headed with hella shit. And was like, you know,
attribute that to that y'all was able to avoid those pitfalls.
I grew up under some real motherfuckers, and you know that. You know who they is. So I know how to dip, duck, and dodge. And I know how to, I can hang, my jersey could be in the rafters, and you don't have to hear me telling you that my jersey is in the rafters.
You're still successful.
I'm cool.
You know, people look at success as money, as a value of.
Sometimes just surviving is
just being
success.
here, just being present. You know what I mean? We successful.
You get what you get at the time that is supposed to be given to you.
Right.
By nature, or not by nature, by ego, we're impatient.
Yeah, and pride,
Pride and ego, we're impatient because we want shit. Everybody wants instant microwave popcorn. Nobody want to do the old school, get the oil in the pan, in the pot, the Jiffy Pop, put the oil in, put the kernels in. Yeah, the aluminum. Nobody want to do that shit, but society conditions you to want everything instant. Because look at it now. Right now, we talking, and everybody watching us now as we talking now, so it's instant. So by against nature, with the progress of technology, everything's instant. So everybody thinks everything should be instant.
And we're looking over everybody else's backyard. Everybody's looking at what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Now, Igor has a really good point in the comments. Igor says, people don't want to be woke. It's too much responsibility for them. And I'm here to say I'm a living witness to that because I first became woke about 10 years ago.
You're right.
And I actually hated it.
Can't go back.
Because now that I'm up on things, now that I'm woke, now that I'm aware, I no longer some of the actions that I was taking place in, some of the things I was doing. I no longer. I know it. I mean, I always know things is wrong, but I really know it's wrong. And now when you're doing certain things and you know it's wrong, so a lot of people who are woke are belligerent to it. Because like you said, it's too much responsibility because now, what they always say, if you knew better, you do better.
Yep.
What if you knew better and you still did the same old shit? Now what's your excuse?
Being aware is remember, heavy is the responsibility he who wears the crown. With much responsibility, I mean, what is it? Much responsibility, whatever the fuck. Power comes great responsibility. And all the images that we're given, whether it's movies, videos, the fake news, the society's pressures, peer pressure, everything that's given to us is instant. But the old school homegrown, you know, when y'all that may not know, when you had to shuck peas and pick greens with grandma, That shit that take time. That soul
Snap
food,
I've done
snap
that.
peas.
And
Yeah.
if anybody like
Yeah,
from the
shut
South,
corn and
is
snap
definitely
The
peas.
okra in the gumbo. That's
Ooh,
really
I like
that slimy shit.
But I don't like okra.
Okra and gumbo is. I'm sorry, I'm cool.
Oh, yeah, it tastes like that. It don't have no taste for real.
But I don't want no slimy shit. That's like men shouldn't have slimy shit in your mouth. Yeah, you.
No, wait.
You already got one, two,
Wait.
You ain't gotta wait till 3
Okra water, that slime actually helps people with diabetes.
I get that. I know that. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just
I
had
have
to say.
heard that
Yeah.
like if you want to lower, like say if your blood sugar's running high,
Yeah, eat some okra water.
if you
Drink some okra
if you
water.
boil the okra and the water, it will lower your.
Yeah.
So
And I even
anyway,
went, and you know how niggas give you these old wives tales.
But
So I went on WebMD and a couple other sites, and they was like, yeah, there is indications that you can lower your blood sugar. So if y'all got diabetes,
Don't
okra
boil
water
it.
can help
Take
you. Don't boil
fresh
it.
okra,
And
cut
chop
it
it.
up, and put it in some spring water in a
Yes.
jar or
And
wherever
let
you
it
want to put
rest.
it, and just let it do
Let
what
it
you do
rest.
overnight, 24 hours or something, and
Exactly.
drink it the next day.
Exactly. Same way where old school when you was growing trees. I'm gonna give y'all some old farm boy
Yeah, about to
shit.
give us some game.
You take a jar of water, you put eggshells in it, put the top on the jar, and you set it where it gets sunlight. Eggshells and water. That's the best plant food.
The nutrients will come
I
out
learned that
there
from
with
my
the water
mom.
when you
I
water.
think she
I
learned that
garden.
from her mama.
So,
Yeah.
Like I garden. One of the best things you can do if you garden, because I grow my own vegetables and shit at times or whatnot.
Okay.
But
Real homegrown.
yeah, oh for sure, peppers, watermelon, bunch of shit. You take an egg, you dig your hole, a whole fresh egg, put it in there, some dirt, and put your seed in there, or your
You
plant.
ain't lying, my mom.
That egg, when it decomposes, that's raw, organic, real nutrients, and that fertilizer. Like motherfuckers put fish guts and shit, and they.
What?
When the animals die in the forest, same thing. The body decomposes. The whales in the ocean, their body decompose. The bottom of the ocean floor, and all the nutrients. Life is a cycle. You know what I'm saying? You'll get that at 3 in the morning.
And also remember, a lot of if you're growing here in an urban environment, your soil is probably already stripped of nutrients, and it's probably high in
Phosphates
hard
and-
metals and stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
So you definitely, if you are growing any type of plant here, you would want to take these steps that he's saying. And if you're in a rural environment too, where the soil might be a little bit more healthier, but these are the things that you can get your maximum yield of
You got
anything
to.
you're growing, from sunflowers to anything else.
Tomatoes.
And Keisha says,
I got all kinds
Keisha
of
says, but woke today doesn't mean the
woman.
same like being woke back in the days.
It don't.
I mean, they changed the meaning though. Like they made it something bad.
They didn't change the meaning. They changed the perception.
It's so deep.
Yeah, they
When I
changed
hear
the
woke, I'm
perception.
like, you just gotta go so deep so you can say I'm woke.
But
Why? Why is that?
the thing about it is, everything that's good for you, they find 50 million reasons to hate on it. And as usual, as the banana in the tailpipe that black niggas is, not the melanated people, black people, because you niggas is different. They subscribe to that shit. They subscribe to that shit and fall in line with, yeah, then because you came with like, I seen shit where like the Good Morning Beautiful text and all, women start back, they created this fucking war with us against us. You got the melanated man versus the melanated woman, the fuck boys versus and the passport bros, and the women who think dudes got to do 50 million different things and all this shit. Yeah, all this shit.
I'll tell a young
Created,
nigga
and
quick.
motherfuckers
If you
subscribe
woke
to
up
that
in the
shit.
morning and you thinking about her, then tell her good morning.
Thank you.
Don't be too cool for school, or listen to some of these online niggas
But
that say
society-
don't send that, or listen to some of these bitter chicks talking about, oh, when a nigga turn me, send him, talking about grand
Niggas
riding.
love.
Express your feelings.
Niggas is
while
scared
you
of
still
love.
can.
That's what it is.
If you like her,
Niggas
you
is
want
Like
to
you said,
thinking
make
about her.
music for his
Niggas
women.
is scared of love.
But here's the thing, I'm gonna give a tip to young niggas that's looking though. But don't let it be how you get put into the clown nigga category though is your follow through.
Clown nigga.
Don't wake up every morning and hit her with good morning, good morning, grand rising, or whatever you niggas say, and then all day say what you doing.
I hate that.
At some point,
I hate that all day. What you doing? Where you at? What you got going on? What the fuck you mean? What do you mean?
Well, the problem is,
that
that you don't put no action behind it. At one point, when you say good morning, also follow it up with like, hey, I'd like to see you for lunch.
Right.
Or when you get off work, I'd like to see you for dinner. I would like to see you.
Most cats ain't doing that.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Hey, and you know the famous words of Ronnie? Quit worrying about getting played, nigga. Because if you ain't got enough bread to do certain things, then you shouldn't be dating anyway.
Right.
So don't suggest to walk in the park. Don't suggest we go walk through the museum. Don't suggest to walk. Then if you actually like her, tell her. If you actually like her, tell her I like you and I want to go to dinner with you. I want to spend some time with you. I want to sit down and have a nice meal.
Tell her. I want to learn you.
If you so worried about getting played out of dinner or something like that, then and your discernment ain't to the point where you can tell what's what, then fall back, playboy. Or if getting played out of a dinner is gonna break your spirit, then you don't have enough bread to be dating. So fall back and work on yourself. Fall back and work on yourself.
Yes. But if you got enough to take you to dinner or do something that I like, then where are you?
But I'm just saying. I mean, when you what you
doing? What you
doing? When you hitting them with good morning and what you doing, and people tell you, oh no, don't do that. No, nigga, do it, but follow up. If you really like her, you want to fuck with her, then go fuck with her.
Hey, right, you go walk in the park so we can smoke.
If you fly
at the same time, the real cool connection shit, if it's genuine, and then once again, this is just when it's genuine, it don't take a lot of money to be genuine.
Right.
You can save a lot of money if you be yourself. You'll get that at 3.
But I mean, don't be an imposter. Tell her, my playboy, look, I like you. As beautiful as you is, I want to take you to group quiz and do all that shit. My money ain't right though, but how about we go to Applebee's or something like that? Now, if she say, oh, fuck no, I ain't going to no Applebee's, then you could be like, okay, this ain't the one for me.
You know the fly.
I can make you peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Have a good time.
That'll be the best peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you ever had.
But hey, here's the thing.
A first date you want me to cook? How's that date?
Oh,
no, he gonna make you peanut butter sandwich. But he gonna think.
You ain't gonna cook the first day.
But he gonna think. But see, here's the unspoken part of what he's saying.
Yeah.
He would have to be a man who has a spot to say, come through, I'm gonna make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So now you already know he's not living on somebody's couch. He's not living with somebody. So you know right there that he's of a certain level of value and that he can sustain himself. So now,
cut the crust off of that shit.
The reason why half you niggas get text, why you get text, is because you get that pretty woman, you get that pretty woman, and she looks at you and be like, damn, niggas, what is your actual status?
Hey, can I get on some game real quick?
Go for it.
Hey, fellas, if you fly out a girl, if you fly out a lady, don't even expect to have sex with her.
Yeah, for real.
Give her a good time. Send her on her way. Send her on her way. I'm telling you, bro.
What you say,
I never flew a motherfucker out.
She's gonna be like, then she's gonna want to be with you.
Because that's what you do anyway. If you do a shopping spree, we eat good, we eating anyway. I'm gonna eat anyway.
But I need you to be the type of nigga that
anyway, that's who I am.
Don't ever take a woman to Ruth Chris if you ain't never took yourself to Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever fly a woman out if you ain't the type of nigga that be like, oh, I want to attend this event, I want to do this, and you gonna fly.
You're gonna be looking for something.
No, but what I'm saying though is that you become a simp when you doing shit out of the ordinary just to get this person to like you. This is how I normally live my life.
Prime example.
And that's not gonna work because that's just to get me, and then what's gonna follow?
You gotta keep me. What you do to keep me? What you do to get me? You gotta
normally live my life. Then I'm gonna be able to keep you because this is how I normally live my life.
What is your follow-up?
Okay, well then if a nigga faking, then what he needs to do is quit worrying about getting laid. Fall back, work on yourself. Instead of trying to fake it till you make it, fall back, concentrate on yourself, and actually get your way up.
But the ladies got to follow up too, though.
Yeah.
It ain't
Because
one-sided.
at the end of the day, where dudes fuck up
If
at,
women are open with their feelings and expressing like if they like a person. And
Key words, if they like a
if
person.
they like
But
you.
they'll still accept that flight.
Hey, and
If
that
they
whole
like you, if they
you
don't,
take 'em-
like
you wanna-
should be
Well, that
able
come
to tell.
with no, but a lot of niggas don't have no discernment that like
Right.
that. A lot of niggas feel like if they wine you and dine you, they weigh you down, they'll eventually get what they want. So now they sit up there
That works for
fucking off a hell of
that
money
work for everyone.
on somebody that's really not
earn
fucking with
what
them.
you get. Here's the thing, and this is just
I
speaking.
just
I can only speak
waiting
for.
around,
I can only speak for
break
me.
down, like eventually.
And this is from a man who can't
Earn
write
what
your
you-
book because he's got to change the name. So y'all
Yeah.
get this game.
Yeah.
Get game to it,
Hey,
man.
for real though. Earn what you get. And speaking from past experience in life, what I'll say, the thirst got to be, and I don't mean thirst in the bad sense, because people take the word thirst. The interest
Interest. Yes.
got to be mutual.
Yeah. Where's the interest?
You know, the whole, and Igor touched on it. And when he said, if you're gonna do that first day when you cook, y'all first date and y'all cook together. That's dope.
The first date, if I don't even know the person like that, you're not welcome in my space. I don't even
But
know.
if you like
Not
it,
at your house.
Even if I like him, like it's boundaries.
But,
Even if I
okay,
like
there's
you,
levels
the
to
first
it.
date for me is not going to be in your house or my house. I don't
There you
know
go.
you well enough
There you go.
to have you in my personal
but would
space.
you would
That's-
express
I wanna
that
get
to them, right?
Yeah. I want to get to know
Somewhere in
you.
public.
And movies as a first date is a fucking
I don't want to be
red
that
flag.
intimate with somebody on the first date. I don't
There
even
you
know
go.
if I want to be that intimate.
It depends on the
I wanna go
conversation
further than
before,
after.
though.
You know what I mean?
It
Like
depends
the first date is really trying to see.
We sparring. It's like the first round of boxing. It's jazz.
And if we're doing that
It's
in your
sparring.
in my space or your personal space, like I'm
First date shouldn't be in nobody's domain. Mutual.
So you said
neutral
it don't even have
spot.
to be a first date where you're spending money. Like you said, the park, we can a daytime date. The
We can
park,
walk
a
the bridge.
bookstore. I like books. Like find out my interests and things. I like
Thank you.
fashion. Like
Tell motherfuckers, I want to learn you.
You know, yeah, stuff like that. Like you don't
Read.
even have to spend
Tell
money
a
on
nigga
a
to
first
read a
date.
book.
You know, and then you determine if the person is worth your
I got a
time, your
library in
energy,
my
and
room.
spending money with the person, right? Then it's the second date. Hey, okay, we're gonna go to dinner. We make
Let's
plans.
chop
We're
it up.
gonna do this.
That's
and
when you want to
that.
learn people. Now that depends on. Now once again,
If you
excuse
don't
me.
fuck,
All this is
most
exactly,
people tell.
and that's another thing. If you just trying to fuck,
If he just
tell
tell you
her.
that, just tell him.
Tell her what's the. Hey, they out there just
Tell her
wanting to
that.
fuck
Some of the
too.
ways he probably is telling you, and you're
Yeah.
not paying attention to the signs.
Hey, everybody miss signs. Shit,
Everybody ain't getting
catchers.
sex like that. So they ain't doing that. They ain't just coming out and saying they want sex.
Hey,
And so many
conversation run the nation. Procrastination is a violation.
And just tell me if you
Like
want
the
to fuck.
first
I want
date,
to fuck.
I just meet you,
Pow.
and I'm like, in the house. Won't you come over to the house? Like
that's thirst. That's thirst.
that's yeah, like come on.
But
now.
thirst isn't always a bad thing.
No,
Sometimes you gotta, instead of
but-
playing
Moderation.
Well, no,
Yeah,
sometimes
okay.
instead of, because a lot of niggas now play too cool for school,
Yeah.
and sometimes you gotta let them
And they
motherfuckers
miss
know,
out.
I like
They
you.
miss out on that.
Yeah,
shit.
you know?
Because the thing
You're
is,
not the only one running the race, sir.
society has motherfuckers thinking that, especially when it comes to female dudes who show interest, society in whole makes motherfuckers be thirsty, and well, that's the label they put on niggas. And so, like you said, motherfuckers is, and we already bashed for having feelings anyway, because men don't cry. Remember that.
I wish I would express your feelings more.
Exactly.
I cry.
It's like,
You
man,
ladies, I cry.
She
I
keep it
cry.
real. But the thing
I
is,
cry in the car.
who can you?
house?
Let's keep it a buck. Who can you be? And this is for men, for
Back
women.
door.
Who can you be vulnerable around? Who can you afford
That's what you should
to be vulnerable?
No, they don't,
Who
Keisha.
can I allow myself to be myself around? But that comes with getting to learn and know
I
somebody.
say definitely it's gonna be a woman.
If I ever let my
Gotta
guard
know.
down like that and cry
Of course,
for you,
men do
I
cry.
love you.
No,
You
hey,
should always
hey.
know I love you.
The
Because,
man,
I'ma
hey,
keep it-
I'ma tell you
I'ma
something.
keep
You
it
know,
like
with a woman,
this
when
all
you
the
do
way
that with a
through.
woman, she understands that you were
we
why
have
are you
vulnerable,
opened up to her like
Exactly.
that, like, and she's like, damn, he really must love me to be like, be able to cry on me or
And it's not no, oh, this this punk ass nigga was crying, girl. Girl, let me tell you, this motherfucker, this nigga was sipping. This motherfucker was fucking out.
That's why niggas so angry because they don't cry. Shit.
Keisha
need a hug.
Keisha says,
hey, right.
Keisha says, I grew up around men who express themselves, especially in my family. However, and I do some men who expressed themselves when I was a kid, but they was 20, 30 years into the relationship.
Right.
They was in their 50s. They was comfortable. They didn't give a fuck, and they was the king of their castle. So if they was depressed or cried or somebody died, they did something, their respect level was utmost. Yeah. But when you're a younger person and you get into a relationship, man, you got to be damn near God in front of her, man. You can't show no weakness.
That's only because you're not secure with the person or you're not secure with yourself.
Right,
you're secure with the person and you trust that person, you should be able to be open with that person.
You gotta be secure with yourself.
Igor says we are in tune with logic. Men are hardwired to be secure in their feelings. We're hardwired to logic. That's what Igor says.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Right.
I definitely, and they're emotional.
I just wouldn't feel comfortable, especially when I was younger, crying or letting the woman. In fact, I think one time I cried in front of a woman, my grandfather died.
Okay.
And I still tried to be a
Right.
In that moment, you're supposed to
and then she said she really cared about me, and she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, "It's all right." And then it came. But I was still like, man, you gonna hold it down for him. I was still trying to be a hog about it.
You gotta let somebody go, though.
There are women who think a man. There are women who think a man, like you said, being, and you're the only woman here tonight. So a man being vulnerable to you, when I say being vulnerable, I mean really exposing himself and open. I've talked to women who I'm friendship level, no extra shit, and they find that shit sexy because you in tune, in touch with yourself. A man being in touch with his feminine side, not no skinny jeans, no none of that other shit. I ain't talking about that shit.
You can't be always crying.
I ain't talking about that shit. But being able to
express.
Not every time it's a problem with crying.
It don't always have to be him crying.
Well, Keisha says, what is the problem that you're feeling when you're crying in front of a woman? And at the end of the day,
pride.
It's ego.
I mean, it's ego. Do you want to ever be perceived as weak?
You thinking, oh, right, she gonna think
Here's
I'm
the thing.
because I'm crying.
Do you want to be perceived as weak?
Do you treat him the same after you cry?
Hey.
And ladies,
and that depends.
I feel like I think I would respect him more because he opened up and he was able to be that vulnerable with me. Like, okay, I'm a little special.
That's respected. Because prime example, Boys in the Hood, Trey came in. Nigga swinging at shadows.
Got a good reason.
And that was a breakdown moment. And she was like, Alone was like, but that movie, that rest in peace, John Singleton, that movie, that message was deep. For us.
That and Baby Boy.
Yeah.
A lot of people miss the message.
The messages you get.
But you can't be crying with every woman, nigga.
We're not saying do that. Because some white, we're talking about your ass.
Double-edged sword, but you gotta be.
Judge a character. You gotta know who you can be vulnerable with. You can't be vulnerable.
I get that. And I'm gonna be devil's advocate on this one.
Even women. You don't want to be vulnerable.
You gotta be true to yourself.
You gotta be true. You gotta be, man, for
if
real.
you that sensitive and that's you,
true.
just own your shit.
Yeah. Man, crying.
Because if you real with yourself, it's not on you to control everybody's perception of you.
No, you're right. That's real. Ain't
I get it. Yeah. I get what we're saying, what we're talking about. I understand it. But if you just we go down the rabbit hole with this shit. As long as you real and honest with yourself.
Keisha says vulnerability is a strength. And Igor says, as soon as you get mad, it's crybaby ass nigga.
Exactly. To my point.
With some people,
because I said I was going to be devil's advocate.
Once
again, I get that. So,
and
the thing about that, the double-edged sword of that is, as long as you true to yourself, fine. And the people, the way they perceive you, that's their perception of it. Because what's that? Ice Spice got the shit that nigga was a munch and he just ate it. Maybe that nigga just wanted to eat it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
I'm breaking it down to the lowest compound on this shit.
He did not do nothing now.
But in your whole lifetime, you ain't never looked at one and been like,
I'll make you.
I'll
make splash waterfall.
If I eat it, I'm beating it.
You can
Why you
eat
gotta
it.
eat it first?
I know I said that.
But I'm just saying, in the whole lifespan, in your
Nice
whole
guys
career, you
finish
ain't never
last.
looked at one and been like, girl, go on,
But
lay
they
back and let me put in
They
work.
We
probably
make sure.
finish more with the prize.
Sometimes you
Nice
look
guys
at
finish
one
last
and be
because she
like,
finished
yeah.
first, second,
Like,
third,
yeah.
fourth. I'm just saying.
I think that was
You
you
learn
saying,
that shit.
ain't none of that going on if there's no
But-
beats to be.
But hard society tell you she come when I come back, and that's why they talking about you niggas. Make sure she come a few times before you do.
Yeah, for sure.
You get
That's what
that.
get me on board.
That's why
I get off by
we
getting
don't
you
talk
off.
about you amongst ourselves.
Oh, they talk shit about you in the chat group. In the chat
I want to be
chats.
that nigga. I want to be him.
And a lot of them
What,
smart
you just a
now.
munch, or that's what you get talked about, or
Oh, that's good. But if it's like, oh, girl, he came through and and I ain't get me and he got him. Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, he like.
But see, if you get hurt,
He's selfish.
you ain't got to spend that much money neither. You ain't got to spend no money either. So you ain't,
Say that
you know
again,
what I mean? You ain't got to spend no money if you
What?
getting hurt, right? If she getting right,
Hey.
you ain't got to spend that. Yeah.
And you ring the
You
hey.
ain't got to spend that much money.
Nice guys finish last.
Fly, is that facts?
Yes.
Nice guys finish last.
So all of y'all that find yourself tricking and keep saying, "Oh man, she's just a bill." Guess what? You're probably not hitting it right.
Hey,
Overcompensating for sure.
to the niggas that hey, because here's the thing about it.
I don't know, cause I'm still on stuff.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
Say what? I'm like, you saying if he's hitting it right,
Spend that much.
you ain't gotta spend that much.
You ain't gotta spend
I'm
that
like,
much. You ain't gonna have to
that
Versus a
doesn't
nigga you don't like,
that's fine.
who ain't hitting.
Right.
I mean, the nigga who you
But-
You're right, I still-
Okay,
when you like, I could do better.
Answer this
every time
question
you look
then.
at this nigga.
Just answer this question. If a person you got to do, okay, I'm gonna give you two dudes. You got two dudes.
Okay.
One who's satisfying you on many levels and very unselfish.
We're just saying sexually or also.
I said many levels.
Okay.
You gotta say that, man.
Yeah, I said many levels.
I mean, but I thought you were just talking about sex on many levels.
No,
Like,
that's
okay.
everything.
Okay, so.
We
Okay.
can make it three then.
Okay.
We can add three. You got the one person who satisfies you on every level sexually,
You don't need nobody else then.
right?
Right?
Okay.
You got the dude who dabbles into both areas, money wise and whatnot, and you got the other dude who doesn't satisfy you at all sexually but takes care of everything else.
Damn, that sounds like
Who do you
women.
and oh, here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't sexually you're like
Modern woman.
mm-hmm.
I
And-
think
but he
women
does all this shit.
depend on the woman.
True. But I'm asking you.
Good answer. Look.
So I'm just saying.
On the spot.
Hell on the spot.
You can plead the fifth if you want to. I give you an out. I
I
usually that.
Okay,
But I'm just
so,
saying.
wait, am I going with the guy that satisfies me in
Well, which
every
one would you
area?
go
You
with?
getting
Definitely didn't just satisfy me in every area, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. He's gonna get all of
What if
it.
it's only
That's
financially and
why Jesus'
emotionally?
kids. Come
But
on.
not physically.
I got everything.
He said what Jesus
Oh,
said.
Keisha said, oh, hold
on.
So
Well, that-
Keisha
I
asked the
mean,
question.
it's
She said
the
the
thing
dude,
is, you
what
don't
if,
have to settle what you want. You manifest it. You can have what you want. You really can have what
because
you
women
want.
are out here taking what
you
they want.
can.
Okay,
You can
woman to
have it.
woman, Keisha.
Keisha said, what if the first dude who satisfies everything, if this nigga broke?
She said, I'm gonna run to the money. But that's the thing is, it's the type of men that
Still
I
not
deal
gonna
with.
be
They
satisfied.
all got
I know
money.
women that-
So
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not dealing with no
Still not
bug
gonna be
anyway.
satisfied.
So
I'll never marry a
all
man that
three
can't
is gonna
satisfy
have
you.
money.
But that's the nigga that's always going to be in the
Not
corner
every
that break
nigga
glass
that
in
don't
case of
got money
emergency.
is a
Yeah.
bum.
You gonna be
I'm not
frustrated.
saying that either, but
What if he's a
men
mailman?
I will deal with is a certain type of man.
So if you a mailman, she ain't fucking with you, in other words.
I
Y'all
like
make
smart
money.
guys.
Y'all
I
make
like
money too.
kind of
Yeah, they make
nerds.
bread.
I like, you know,
Philosophical
regular.
niggas.
I'm gonna say regular, like he ain't have no regular job, but I mean like engineer.
If you work at Walmart, don't shoot your shot.
No.
Even if you the manager,
Just
that's
still telling niggas dreams.
Well,
Hey, all you Walmart niggas, my bad, dog. Hey, I'm sorry.
He gonna say the woman gonna run to the money, but Keisha has said, what about the first man that is satisfying? Is he broke or? So I guess
that's what I'm saying. You asked me a personal question. All three of them, if I'm dealing with them, they're all gonna be a certain status for me.
So
you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, okay, this one's doing everything.
Yes,
why would I really want to deal with just the one that's just banging me out? That's not doing nothing else.
But sometimes though, as a woman,
but the nigga
you gotta
who's
ask yourself because it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I know you probably
touch
on it.
You know I go there.
If a nigga ain't doing all that shit, it might be a problem. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
then
I'm
y'all
not
wasting
doing
time.
all,
You're wasting my time. You're wasting up space that somebody else could be taking. Like you're in my way then. If you're not gonna do what I want you to do or what I need done, then you're in my way.
So you need to be
You
in
need to get
control.
out my way then.
But here's the reality of
Be
it.
here to do
But here's the
what?
reality of it. But here's the reality.
Get out
Do
my
you
way.
need to be in control? That's a follow-up question.
Me? No. I can let my man take the lead, but at the same time, the type of person
You gotta know how to
I'm very
lead.
You
yes.
submissive?
You got to know how to lead.
I mean, I can be, but I'm not.
I mean, you're not.
You got to
But
know
here
how
I
to
said
lead.
I can be.
But here goes some of the
I can be
reality.
to the right man. I mean, you're not gonna get the same version of me. Everybody not gonna get the same version. You feel what I'm saying?
They bring out of you what they bring out of you.
We cannot be not strong. We gotta be
That's
prepared at all
husband
times.
potential.
But here goes the
Yes.
thing. Some of the men you say if he was bagging me out, but he's not doing that for me. But the flip side,
Hey.
so it's a
I'm
lot
only
of
about to
cats.
be with him.
But a lot of the cats that's gonna be banging you out, the other niggas busy making money. So
But that's
there's
the
gonna
thing,
come
he
time
busy
this
making
Tuesday
money.
afternoon.
I ain't
You want Tuesday afternoon? You want some
Here's the thing.
time?
I'm selfish. It
And-
ain't about me and you
I can't
working
do it.
and you still ain't found time for me. Again, get out my way then. You holding
You
up
always
space.
working. You don't like a man that always
hold my
work?
weight.
What if he's providing though?
You said he's always working, then he knows how to manage his time then.
He come later.
Nah, but
here's the
some
thing.
niggas be on
Y'all
that
keep giving all
grind.
these.
No, but this is life. This is life scenario. I like this conversation.
The first one was.
Yeah, the first one was like a Jesus kid, like you said.
Right, Kish.
That's
But
when
again,
you
that
gonna
still
pick.
depends on the woman, the
nigga
type
ain't never
of
had
man
time
she's
in my
dealing
life.
with. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
So-
I always been on my
but you
grind.
made time for who you want to spend time with.
I always been on my grind.
But did you not?
I
make
would
time
literally
for who you
feel,
want to spend
if
with?
I ever made time for somebody, I would feel like I'm fucking up. Over here chilling and socializing.
If they're not
If I want
adding to
something,
you,
I go
if they're
for
not
it.
adding to what you're doing, though.
Well, that's the
They
thing.
gotta add to
I've
what
always,
you're doing.
I mean, I guess because I grew up
Right.
poor, I've always been, I guess because I grew up poor, I've always been insecure to the point where if I'm woke, I need to be about my business.
Gotta get it. Right,
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm sitting here cupcaking and watching a movie,
you feel like you're
nigga, I
wasting
need to
time.
be trying to
Yeah.
do something. If it ain't doing nothing else,
You
but
gotta
go on
have some
social media and
downtime.
trying to
Come
promote
on,
some of my
shit.
projects,
Yeah.
I need to
You
be
gotta have some
hustling.
downtime.
You do gotta
You gotta have some downtime.
Sometimes when we
I
grow up
only-
in a certain
I
mind
see
state,
both
you
sides
don't.
of it because I live in a world to where I'm busy a lot, and the downtime,
I mean, you travel all over for business.
right?
Yeah.
So it's hard. But I'm more established in my shit than the average person. So
But if you ain't hustling, do you ever feel insecure moments like, I need to be doing something?
You gotta enjoy the fruits of your labor, though. Too.
Exactly.
You gotta enjoy
So
the fruits of
you
your labor.
gotta enjoy the fruits of your labor, and at the same time, here's the thing. And I can only speak for me. If Deshaun was single, free active. And this is just speaking. If Deshaun was single, free active, free range I look at the dating pool and I be like, wow, these niggas really be just getting the blues, and I like these females really be giving niggas a hard time.
It's a lot of mediocre
I-
work.
Bullshit, because society has everybody fucked up. But
Husband or boyfriend.
being true
that's
to
the
myself,
point.
yeah.
So,
if
are
I'm
you
into
dating
somebody,
for a husband, or are we
I'm
just
busy.
dating
Don't get me
for
wrong,
the
I'm busy.
Well,
Because
Keisha,
I'm always
Like,
busy.
Right.
If it's husband potential and we working on being together, and that's what I feel like I like Muslims, they date for a purpose.
Wait,
I'm dating you because
Mashallah.
I'm
Intentional
interested
dating.
into
Intentional dating.
well, Keisha
I'm
asked
not
if the
dating
husband
you
or
just
boyfriend.
to waste
Right.
your
So everybody
time.
that you date,
And-
you're looking at them as
Why did you
husband
base that off
potential?
of?
You need
No,
to.
I mean, because that's not everybody I talk or
You gotta
dealt or hate
understand.
or
Okay.
talk to is that I'm dating you. Like I could talk to you.
Everybody sees somebody they want to fuck.
Well, for clarity, I know that Keisha
Woman has
only
said
deals
that.
with people that she feels she could build an empire with. So she
Okay, now
intentionally
this
dates for
woman
a
has to
purpose.
add value. A woman usually adds value to a man.
Value,
That's
exactly.
why he
You're
wants
supposed to
the
add
woman
value
he's going
To
after.
the
Right.
person. It's
You
all about
gotta
who you
see-
pick. It's about who you pick. Going back to that crying with them. If I'm crying with you, I pick you right.
I'm like, damn.
I'm comfortable enough to
I'm
cry
comfortable
with you,
enough to be,
Right.
and at the same
The
time,
thing with the boyfriend and the husband,
there's a difference.
definitely not. I mean, if the boyfriend is doing husband, got husband quality and is working towards a future with you, then yeah, like do
We all
that. But if
builders.
it's just a dude that's holding up space
Niggas ain't ready to get
and
married
keeping
no
you
more.
average and
builders.
just in the way,
Come on,
like
man.
what you
No
mean?
more.
Right.
You in my way, sir?
Piece of paper.
I made and that's the thing I tell you. I'm 15 in, so
That's
this
government.
thing exactly. Being married, and this is just being honest. Being married is putting another entity into your relationship.
Exactly.
It's a
And
business deal.
It's
It
a
It
bit.
really should be though.
And remember, I'm finna
Back in the
I'ma
day,
tell you-
marriage was not based off love.
Nope. It wasn't.
it should be.
It's not.
I know a lot of people who got married because of
Want to see?
business.
That's her.
Okay. Move the chair.
Keisha said so. It's a piece of paper for
No
y'all.
sound. No sound.
It's not a piece of paper, but
Bring it back.
society, and when you look
Yeah,
at
especially in
you look at what happens with it, it is a piece of paper. Because now you've allowed a third entity into your personal
Think about
space.
taxes and shit like that. It's all.
Yeah, I get tax breaks, but I still get fucked.
Yeah, they capitalize off all
And I
that.
should be doing the fucking.
You'll get that at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm just not reading this. This one girl said we be on the phone for a month before we decide to meet up. I've been there. Yeah, like
Yeah, that's the fucking party line
That's
is
really
line.
smashing something, though.
But you gotta know somebody.
I think you're the only
Be
one.
true with
there.
your
talk to the
intentions.
person and even see if that's where you want to go. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
you gotta
I'm
learn
like,
the
you want to
person.
go on a
I
date
want
with
to know you.
But you know you're smashing somebody the whole time,
I
right?
want to. Hey, park cars get hit.
Keisha says when you get older and you by yourself, then ain't gonna be saying it's a piece of paper. But there's a flip
What
side to
happened?
that.
What's she say?
Keisha says when you get older and you by yourself, then it ain't going to be. I guess you ain't gonna be saying it's just a piece of paper.
Man, got.
There's a flip side to that.
I'm
I
15
remember
then,
one
so
time when
I'll speak on it.
I was a teenager and I had an uncle who was, a ladies' man. He was with it, right?
Yeah.
And somebody got to telling him, preaching to him about how it was a family cookout, like, oh, you need to get a good, better half, this and that, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember he
That's
said,
the bus when it
man, he
was-
rest in peace, my uncle. He
No, no.
stopped down and said, I'm a motherfucking man. I can pick whoever I choose. Only a woman got to be worried about picking a good man, picking a provider, this and that. I could go pick the tramp on the corner because I'm going to be good regardless.
But can that dude handle the female who done fucked hella niggas that they
Well,
know?
no, but this was his point. His point was, I ain't got to make a practical
You
decision.
said, but
Women got to make a practical decision. A woman got to pick a good dude.
Exactly.
Me,
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I
You gotta be a
who I
strong
want.
motherfucker to deal with
And
that
then
shit.
his saying, follow
Me
his answer,
personally,
that was like,
before me is before me.
suckers, my uncle always said this, a sucker does what he can, a player does what he wants to.
Isn't that a song?
But no, I mean, no, it's a
Because-
saying from the 70s. But his thing was is that, because they were telling him he need to get a
Child got
good
her car
woman. And he
broken
would be
into.
like, I ain't got to pick a good woman. I only got to pick the woman that I want. Whoever I
That
actually
is true.
want. A bitch got to worry about picking a good man, a provider, this and that. Me,
Well,
I can pick whoever I want. If I want a good woman,
Women-
if I want this, I can pick because
To-
I'm a man and I'm
to
going to be good
piggyback off
no
what
matter
your statement.
Mhm.
Women fuck who they want to. Men marry who they want to.
Because we got access to
Women
marriage.
marry who they
We
can.
got access to
Men
marriage
fuck. Women fuck who they want to.
in relationships. Y'all got access to sex and kids. We
They got
get
roses.
access to
Shit, they
marriage.
don't need us.
Y'all
Unless you
access.
know how to do some
Y'all
shit.
want to get married. We the ones got to ask you to marry us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or, well, okay.
And fellas, if she
Unless
asking
it's a
you
woman
for
asking a man, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
but
I still believe what LL Cool J said like years ago. A man don't choose a woman chooses a man.
Of course.
She
Because
gonna choose.
I
She
know about
she
that,
chooses.
Not to
I
marry,
agree
though.
because-
Not to marry, though.
Yeah, even
No,
married
yes.
because
I'm
with
getting
marriage,
you
with
should.
marriage, she's like, okay, whatever his bullshit got going on,
She gonna make
I can
herself-
deal with that.
Right.
This is
Yeah,
the person
she
I
gonna-
love, and you know what? I don't want to say I settled, but you know what? This
So
is
if
I
they
can
have
deal
kids
with
on you and all that
All
shit,
that
you
shit.
okay?
Some people, I don't say me. I don't know
No,
about
we asking
me.
you.
Me, if
Yeah.
I'm dating a
Some love to
dude
do
and I'm getting married to him and he got kids on me, I don't know because I'm not in that. Like
you
I
can,
can
you
never
have a
say
40-year
no. If I
relationship.
love him
If you can't,
and
then you ain't.
he got kids outside of marriage. I mean,
No,
it's
no,
a part
like
of him.
you
Like,
met
I
him
would
in
love to-
February, and now it's February the next year, and he just and he's got a baby due in April of that next year.
Oh, well.
Me?
She gonna
You gonna have somebody that's
I'm out.
making sure.
I'm out.
That nigga that's making sure to be
I'm
on.
out. If I love him, I can love him from a distance. I'm out.
Well,
Like, I'm
relationships
not
back in the day
about
were
to
40
So
years.
you ain't all the way in, all the
40
way
years,
in,
50
right?
years.
How all the way in, ride or die? If you out here having babies on me, you ain't all the way in.
He might make. He's
All right.
making.
So
A, he's
how's that
making.
fair?
He's making a discretionary mistake as a man. That has nothing to do with y'all relationship.
Oh, wow. Yes, that does. You don't went and had a baby on me, and I don't know about the baby until the following year. So
Yeah,
what are
that's
you talking about?
disrespectful.
hella
That's disrespectful, but at the same time, I'm gonna be devil's advocate once again with
I'm
this
out of
part.
here.
Here's I seen
Men make mistakes.
it's the one
So do
Women
sister.
need to forgive.
So do women. Women forgive all the
What-
time.
And keep
Here's
forgiving.
the thing.
All
I
the
just
time.
saw something,
Like,
and
I'm
I
not
can't
doing
remember
that.
this
I am
sister's
not
name.
doing it.
That's
She's one of the
biblical.
educated, and I'm gonna use the word woke sisters. And I posted in my story a couple of days ago. I think I sent it to us
I
in the
get some sea
bind.
moss soap.
And we're gonna talk about
Look at
that.
your skin.
Half
You
us,
see my
yeah, we're gonna talk
skin?
about the
You
hefty
need some of
shit.
this.
The sister said the goalpost got moved when it comes to relationships because sex is natural. Women want to have sex, men want to have sex, and she was like, the sex being the end all for somebody going to have sex with somebody else, and she was like,
Women
the
should
bar
understand
got
that.
moved erroneously because everybody has weak moments, and if you be real with yourself.
A woman can't have weak moments. Though.
Yes, they can. They're human. They're
That was one of my
allowed.
addictions, though.
We look at it. Hold on.
Sex.
He said, "Now fuck with me. Look how
I get that. I understand that. Because that's ego.
Yeah.
That's ego. Because a man looks at his woman.
I can do it.
We
You
put.
better not. Like,
Because a man
that's not.
A
you're not
man
supposed
will
to.
You're
put.
not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
A man
No,
will
I'm
put.
not supposed
Listen
to.
to
We're
me.
both human.
Exactly. But listen.
No, and this is
A
what
man
society
will put a
taught you,
woman-
because back in the day, everybody was going
Every- The Easter, that fake ass holiday that y'all just had, and y'all was y'all talking about Jesus' birthday.
Women
I mean, excuse me,
had
Jesus'
more
death day
orgasms.
last week.
Resurrection Day.
That's really was a festival about sex, fucking, and fertility.
No,
But
it's
y'all
like-
ain't ready to talk about
You
that.
know that.
That's some other shit. But I'm just saying, they ain't ready for that. That's some other shit. But here's the thing:
Society
Men-
things. What
right,
do we
men
do
put
now?
women on a
Women-
pedestal
so she do what she wanna do.
of ownership
No.
because we
That's the problem with
feel.
society now. That's why y'all less married now.
A proper woman is
Who
gonna
is
do the
less
right
married? A
thing.
woman.
Listen,
Y'all kill me with this proper.
Ain't no
Society
proper.
don't talk. What is
Women
proper?
is
You
all
don't
here.
conduct yourself correctly
What's
as a woman.
proper?
Hey,
But
I know
what's
women
proper?
that say
Just
they the
because-
new niggas.
Just because I ain't
I know
shit,
women that
just
say
because
they the new
I'm
niggas.
fucking up,
That's why
do
they
you
you
gotta
want to
respect
sink
it.
Do you want to
That's why
sink
they
to
left
my
married.
level?
No, why
They
they
don't
less
give a
married?
fuck.
Because
They like, nigga, I'm doing what I'm
women
doing.
making money and
That's
don't
what
want to
men do.
deal with. No, it's
They
not
don't
just
wanna deal
because
with
of that.
bullshit.
Yeah,
You keep
yeah.
saying that, but it's women that are porn stars that are married. It's women that are prostitutes that are married. That are strippers that are married. So
Sex
that's
work.
what
Sex
it is.
work
What
is
do you
different.
mean?
Why is that
Sex work is
different?
different.
Hold on,
That's
hold
what
on,
I'm saying.
hold on,
Women
hold on, hold on,
conduct
hold on, hold on.
Give me the example.
Let me ask
And
y'all a
proper
question.
not get married. Like, no, it's
What
women
do
out
you
here. It's
say?
somebody out here for everybody. Just because
Eddie
you
Murphy?
don't like it,
Yeah,
it's
I
somebody else that's
No,
going
sex
to
work is
Eddie
different.
because
Murphy-
you don't like it,
Eddie
somebody else
Murphy
does
said
it.
it best.
You
Remember
don't
on
like her
Raw
attitude.
or
You don't
Delirious?
like it. Somebody else
So
So
does
what?
it.
I fucked
We ain't
her.
talking about
I
black
make
men. We
love
talking
to you.
overall though.
Majority of black
Niggas
men
can't take the
And
same
black
shit.
men, you keep saying it. That's why a lot of black
Women are-
men date women that are submissive, and to me, I feel like they're weak because they're not willing to deal with
So you
someone
feel
that's
submission is
headstrong
weak?
like that. No, I said what I'm talking about. What he's talking about.
You said it. You just
What
said
he's
it.
talking about. He's
You
saying
just said
why,
it in English.
why all of a
That's
sudden
what
women
she-
aren't
that's
married. A
what
lot of women now don't want to be married.
Women.
It ain't because we ain't waiting for somebody to put a ring. They don't want to be married. Like,
I agree.
understand.
This new
For the
generation.
streets.
But
You tell the truth, though.
This
You
new
want to be
generation-
Seem like
married?
it's
I'm
married.
trying to be
And
better
that
than
type
me.
of attitude is why
Everybody's
nobody.
like-
Why would you want to marry someone with an attitude like that? It's double-sided. So
He's
you
a
feel like
provider
I'm
and
a
you love
woman
him.
and I have a daughter. That's how you're gonna treat our daughter, and you're gonna treat
Like
our
what?
son different. Double standards. That's not
what?
fair. What you just
Hypocrisy
said.
is a part of society.
So
No.
if you have a daughter,
That's the
it's okay
that's
for
the
your daughter
bullshit.
one thing, but
that we
it's your
subscribe
son to
to.
run out here and
No, it's not
slut
good
out
for- it's
other
not good
people's
for
daughters.
neither.
So it's okay. You think
Morally
your son
speaking,
is
nobody
okay
should
to
do it.
run out and slut out other people's daughters, but
As
not
a
your
father
daughter.
of sons,
At the same
yes,
time.
that's okay.
To your point.
But that's somebody's
Look,
daughter.
speaking,
So
no.
what about your daughter?
But
Look.
I hope I raise my
Double
daughter to be a
standards.
servant.
Double standards. That's why
to
we
your point.
twisted the way we are now.
To your point. Back in the day,
Uh-huh.
mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Maybe.
Same
Always.
shit.
Right.
Hey, women, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gotta understand and realize the reality of the shit. Women have always been the best players in this shit.
Uh-huh.
They played the back role
I'm not Captain Keeson.
and done the shit.
They over here trying to
You
say
gotta-
some shit.
I-
If they really want to be married, they can go marry an African.
He knows. I can write a
Muslim
book.
man to marry you all day.
They gonna have
I can
good
write-
lives, too.
I can do a 5 season. I can do a 5 seasons power.
Muslim men don't marry
Oh,
Muslim
shit.
women.
A lot of them.
No, they
Just
don't.
giving.
I'm just saying.
You
Oh,
feel
they
me?
don't.
I just
No,
feel
you
some
not.
shit. I just feel that women should be inspired to be better, have better
Hey.
moral character
But for
than
the
who
thing
are
men.
you
is-
dealing with men that aren't even on that
not
level?
women,
So
not
But see,
women.
you
Women
need to
have been
be
given-
compartmentalized.
So,
if the man
you
is
want
out
women to be
cheating and
better,
doing
but men
whatever,
are out
you need
here
to be better.
being sluts, but I want a nigga that's a slut. No.
No,
I
you
wanna
need
know.
to
No,
strive
no.
to be better. And
At the end of the day-
eventually with your love,
Even me
you
being
will
No,
get
better,
a lot
if
of
he's
women
a
are hurt
slut,
from what we
like,
have done,
what the
though.
fuck?
A lot of women are hurt
Why
from
would
what
you
we
want
have
a
done.
slut?
It's hurt too.
They speak
I
in that hurt.
apologize.
You can hear that hurt. You can hear that pain when they speak about it.
Yeah, but at the end
Nigga,
of the
you hear
day,
that pain when y'all speak about it.
When-
Y'all
when-
hurt
when
when
they
they be
do
like,
you-
oh, nigga, this nigga
Hey,
bad.
but now let me ask you a question.
we know.
Let me ask you a question. Can you genuinely say you love
You talking
that
about
man?
hurt? Are you serious? I'm
Danielle.
I ain't about to put my business out there. But
Danielle.
I'm
No, no,
good.
no.
You right, I'm
Danielle.
good. What the fuck? I don't know what y'all talking
Can we
about.
ask you a serious question? Can you truly and genuinely say you
This is
love
not
that
about
man
you, this is
if you're
general,
not
you know,
willing
right?
to forgive his
We
faults?
speak in general.
Yeah, it's not about you personally. It's just general.
Okay, well, you're directing that.
I'm not
to this
directing it to
person,
you. I'm talking in
shit.
general. I don't know. No, I'm not
But
talking
can
to
you forgive?
I
Can you
wouldn't
truly
do that.
say
I wouldn't
you
do that.
love that man and you truly nurtured that man if you can't forgive his faults?
Say that again. Can I say I love that man?
Can you
and
say
still
I truly love that man? You can't forgive his faults.
If it's the same, if he can forgive me for some shit, it's the same.
No,
but either
men
way,
and
I'm
women are
still-
different. We're
No,
not.
we're
It's
not.
unisex.
It's not that much different.
But
We're
the
human.
thing is, hey, here's the
Fucking
thing.
human.
We have
Men in general, and I'm once again speaking in general.
If I
I'm
love
just keeping it a
him,
buck.
it's so much. But even within love, there's only so much that you're
Can
willing
men-
to take. Like, come on now.
Keep it a buck. And if
I
people
know
see this,
some-
they gonna be like, "Oh, this nigga giving
I
the game
go
away."
winter, summer, fall.
Men in general, cannot deal with the shit that we do to
this
women.
bullshit.
Keep it a buck. And we're not, and we're creatures by nature. Think about it. Once again, I said
We're
when
not
you
both human. We're separate genders.
right, but I'm just saying, keep it a buck with
They want us to be equal,
yourselves.
though.
No, that's
It's-
They
false.
speak as if we're equal.
No, we're
Okay,
not
so are
equal.
you speaking in
Women are
general?
not
Because you're
doormats.
speaking of certain women. You're not speaking for the whole race of women. You're not even a woman to say that.
Oh yeah.
You're speaking
I've been
from your
around women.
opinion.
No.
And the women that you've been around, you can't say all women in this world are the universe. You can't. No.
He's talking about how women. It is. Honestly.
It's a
But here's
certain,
the thing.
a
But
certain
listen,
What you're saying
category.
is like,
Let me tell you
You only
we
have
can't
an
do it 'cause y'all
opinion
can
off
do
a
it.
certain category
Why
of
we
women.
can't do it 'cause
You
y'all
know
can do it?
all
'Cause y'all
women.
not us.
Y'all
Y'all
not
You
not
know
us.
women can
Y'all
have
not
an
us.
opinion.
Y'all got two
Like,
dudes.
Hey,
Exactly.
hold on, hold on.
Man.
I'm gonna set
You
some
can't
clarity.
handle what we can't
Let me
handle.
tell you something.
Y'all look
Y'all
out to
can't
protect
handle
y'all.
when
Y'all
y'all
look
get
out to
cheated
protect
on.
y'all.
Y'all fucking cry.
They be
and
crying,
be like, oh
trying to
my
kill
God.
you.
Smash your
But
cousin.
when y'all do
We're
it,
gonna smash
the
your
woman's
cousin.
supposed to forgive.
Like I said, Eddie Murphy said, "I just fucked her. I was making love to you." Here's the thing. No,
That's where the shit went
no.
because
Here's
you
the
can't go
thing.
for that shit no more.
Keep it a
Like,
big.
Why
You gotta
not?
keep it real.
Why
Hey,
y'all
hey,
ruining
But
tradition?
here,
You just shut the fuck up to my hurting pain.
Here's the
You
thing.
directing that to me because I'm over here getting hot. Like, who the fuck you talking about? Hurting pain because I'm
So-
over here commenting on everything everybody else
I'm just
talking
saying,
But
about.
that's just
But
like-
don't direct that shit to me like that.
Most women
Don't
speak
direct
from
that
hurt
shit to
and
me
pain
like
and
that.
Right,
Then
right.
say in
But listen.
general, bitch, because don't sit here and say me hurting pain. You don't know me.
Right.
Dead ass. So direct yes because you're trying to direct it yes is the way you
I don't
are.
know you like that.
Exactly. So say
I'm not
in
talking to
general.
you.
in general,
Say in
everything's in
So
general.
quit
I'm
trying
not
to direct
talking to
shit
you, I'm
to
talking
me.
in
Because
general.
you
Everything's
don't
in
know
general.
me.
When I
Don't
came on
direct
this,
shit
when I
to
came
me.
on the show,
In
I'm
general.
talking about
In my
in
personal
general,
business, I
I'm
don't even put it out
You don't
there.
talk about
you.
Exactly.
I
So
don't
don't
know
be trying to
I
project
know
you.
pain
general.
and hurt. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
We in
I
general.
don't know you like
Everything's
that.
in general.
I don't know you like
Do
that.
you
See,
feel
that's
that
it.
women
Exactly, like,
should have
what
Everything's in
traditional
general.
roles?
But in general,
Smash your cousin.
men.
Do you
If
feel
here's
like
the
He
thing.
don't smash my cousin like both of them is low lives. Low
Right.
vibrations.
So at the end
But
of the
can you
day,
forgive?
Definitely because like what the fuck?
So you can't forgive.
at the end of the day,
Forgive what? Is he
Water
worth
is
being
wet.
forgiven? Like, what's gonna happen after that?
How do you quantify a piece of
What's
work
gonna
being
happen
forgiven?
after that? He cheated, and now what? I've forgiven him, and now what?
He's not gonna cheat again, and y'all can live happily ever after.
Oh my God!
Some
no.
men sometimes. What do they say in the
People make
church?
mistakes.
You have to have
Oh,
a
see, now
test.
that's that bullshit. You
have
said
to-
you said the wrong fucking word.
No.
The fucking
Quad
epitome
degrees.
of liars.
Quad degrees. You gotta have a test in order to have a testimony.
Yeah,
The
True.
crucifixion becomes before the resurrection.
I agree. I definitely agree.
This is biblical.
for sure. For sure.
You, as a woman, shouldn't trust a man you ain't never caught cheating.
And I'm gonna keep
Because
it
that means he must
I'm
be
gonna keep
extra
it, I'm gonna
slick
keep it real.
or
I'm gonna
something
keep it
like
real.
that.
Just what just happened, that was so disrespectful.
Mhm.
That was just I gotta speak to that because I'm a black man in America. Not only am I
And you're a black
not
man
only
and
am I
I'm a black
attacked,
woman, and
not only
you're
am I
attacking me.
attacked-
So what are you
listen,
talking
I'm not-
about? You
but I'm-
literally were sitting here
no,
attacking
no.
me. You didn't sit here
I'm not
saying that
talking
you
to
weren't
you, though.
directing things to
No,
me.
I'm not.
You literally were.
When I came on,
When I said something, you said hurt and pain after what I said. So
I
is
said
that
hurt
not
and pain.
being
When they speak,
dude?
they speak
And
in
you're
hurt and
talking
pain.
about me.
But
Who
what
else
I'm
is in this
saying-
room as a woman? Me. So who are you referring to?
I'm
Who are you
all-
talking
I'm
about?
talking in
Me.
general as women, though.
You're talking about me
And
because
you
I
can
just
protect
said
them.
something.
You can talk
I
about
had
women,
just
though.
said something and you
protect
said
women,
that
that's
after me,
cool.
so you can sit here and
But I'm just saying we're not
sugarcoat
equal.
it. I read between the lines. You were directing that to me because you said hurt and pain. Don't sit here and play them games. Come
I'm
on
just-
now.
When
You
women
wasn't saying
speak
in
like this,
general.
when
You
women-
just said in
when they say like that,
again.
they
When
usually are
women speak,
speaking through
I'm
hurt and
passionate and I'm
pain.
very opinionated.
And hurt and pain through
It has nothing to do with hurt
and I said
and
it's our
pain.
fault. I said it's our fault. So
Oh,
you
God.
mistreated
Here we go
y'all.
with
So
this
you
shit.
I said we
so you
mistreated
can't
y'all to
forgive a
make y'all
man that
act like
cheats.
this.
Or does it matter who he cheats with?
What do you mean?
Like, for instance, if you found out your man was cheating, just say with some random, or
Right,
if
that's
you
what
found
blood
out your
talk. Like,
man,
what the fuck?
if
You
you found,
don't like, come the fuck
if you
on.
found your man was
Here's
cheating
the
with,
thing.
say, your cousin
I'm a
or
grown
something
ass
like
man.
that,
I don't gotta argue
does that
with
matter,
Right,
or is
you
it,
don't argue with me.
it's
We're
just a
good.
matter of that you cheated, that he cheated,
I
and
ain't-
could you forgive, and not with no tit for tat like, oh, could he forgive me too? But no, let's say you're
I
a
haven't
woman and
been-
you
I
have
ain't
no
been in that
desire to cheat
situation.
Here's the
on him.
thing. Let me just tell y'all this. And once again, you know the book. I might write that shit one day. And this will clarify everything. From experience, from a 13-year-old kid in East Oakland, even younger, because motherfuckers was doing a lot in elementary school.
No, Keisha, we're not equal.
Here's the thing. Women and men, and from my personal experiences knowing shit, I know women who been, like women say, we the new niggas. I know
Who said
women,
that?
listen to me. Once again, I'm just speaking from, everything I say is from my personal experience and shit, conversations I've
What
had.
woman said?
I know.
That's
Oh,
wild.
I'm no. I'm not speaking for all. All I'm saying is some of the conversations I've had, and I respect these people. Same with the niggas.
Yeah.
I know women who don't trust niggas for shit. I know niggas who don't trust women for shit. I wish they both find some light in this shit, but I understand because we all a product of the shit we gone through. Like I said, scars build character. I know women who be like you were saying, we supposed to accept all this from dudes, and we can't do this. I know women who be like, nigga, I can't be in a committed relationship and I'm still do some shit. I'm talking about real conversations. Nobody I'm fucking or fucked and none of that.
Right.
Because here's the thing about me, Deshaun.
What you laughing at?
I like to have
Keisha
real
said- Keisha
conversations
said some
with
wild
people.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? I like to have real conversations with people because that's what's up. I want to know you. I can. There's no judgment.
And you can only be real when you let the guards down
Right.
and say what you really feel.
So me, I'm always want to learn you. I'm always want to learn you and know your shit.
Really, if it's about me.
And I know
Nah, she
motherfuckers.
bashing me in the comments.
Yeah, she fucking fair up.
I mean, whooping my ass.
But I'm just saying, to both sides, I know motherfuckers who are extreme left and extreme right from
Yeah.
both genders with the conversations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
Lord.
a nigga has been the side dude, the maintenance dude, the break glass in case of emergency dick.
Who's he?
It's females
It's
who
Igor.
be like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. It's not speaking for all females. But it's,
No, just
I know motherfuckers who have said and spoke on those type of things. You good?
Well, I know you was.
You amongst kings. You good?
But we're not directing it towards you though.
But I feel like after I said what I said, then you're gonna make the comment of see, hurt and pain. Like
I didn't say
that
see.
wasn't
I
the
said
word.
hurt and pain.
I need
Yeah,
flies
and
to
you
weigh
did your
in on
hand
Hurt and
towards
pain.
me, like
I mean,
directed
I don't have to say
it
it.
to me.
It's
Like,
spoken. It's heard already.
I just tell you.
but as the only woman in the room, yeah, like what's the word?
Fly just gonna speak on it.
I just thought he was just saying like almost like you guys are role playing. Like you're the only woman representative in here, not you personal, and he's representing men thoughts. Like people always say men are like this or women are like this. Nobody knows like every man or every
Everybody's
woman.
different.
Exactly.
I think it depends on the individual and also their upbringings and
What you believe in.
and what they believe in. And what they want out of life. Everybody's different. Everybody can cheat. Everybody can be faithful if that's what they want to do.
Can everybody be faithful?
I think they can. I think they can.
Everybody can do everything. Here's the thing. Once you limit yourself subconsciously, you've already put yourself, remember the game Sorry? Start 3 spaces back?
If a person is under the age of 35, there's no such thing as 100% monogamy.
You don't think so?
It can be.
There can be, there can be 100% physical monogamy. You know, maybe you ain't going around hitting it, but there's gonna be somebody you're gonna flirt with. There's gonna be somebody you're gonna need some validation for. There's gonna be things you're gonna do that you put you like this. If you're under the age of 35, there's gonna be something that you.
Why gotta be under 35? It can be any age.
When you get to a certain age, you might get so like, man, I ain't even tripping on that old shit. But when you have a certain age,
you can tell your mate.
you have a certain age, there's gonna be something that you do that you might not be physically cheating at the room fucking, but there's gonna be something that you do that your partner is going to feel is inappropriate.
Because that's double-edged sword, and I'm with you. But here's the thing, and this is. Let me just say this.
Hot in here, y'all.
This is both genders. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something. And this
I'm
is.
sweating.
You got it. Here's the thing. There's always gonna be, and this is being humble. I'm a fat dude. I'm fluffy. Excuse me. But I still think I'm sexy as fuck. Am I the sexiest man in the world? That's up to people's opinion.
And that's the thing is everybody out here got
taste.
admirers everywhere. You be surprised.
Here's the thing. And I'm at peace with this shit. When you become at peace with reality, there's always somebody that's gonna look better than me, based on opinion.
Who's that?
Kapani's wife.
Let me ask you this. Can you honestly look at that camera in the face and say you've been 100% monogamous in every relationship you've had?
Can I finish my shit for you? Okay. Like I
Being
said,
honest, it wasn't like
let me just finish my shit. Here's the
If it's a
thing.
relationship, then yes.
When you in touch with reality and with yourself, there's always gonna be somebody that look better than you.
Always.
It's always somebody that has the potential to fuck your person, whether male or female, better than you.
Yeah.
There's always the possibility of somebody to treat that person better than you.
Facts.
Doesn't matter. No.
No, focus on
But it's reality. How you deal with that, knowing those facts, is who you are.
that part. How you deal with it, yep.
Just nice guys finish last. Once again. Because
Get off the phone.
she will.
Nah, you just trying to check me already.
She will. Look, if you ringing the bell
Don't
enough,
play with me. I'm that one.
you ringing the bell
I
enough.
might look like I ain't, but I'm that one.
You know?
Do not
You ring
play
the
with
bell
me.
enough, she gonna call you. Because once again, like I said, and this is from junior high school to
What's up
adulthood.
from Africa? Hey.
What's happening? That's from, once again, my conversation is based on real conversations with people, just truthful conversations being genuine, and shit I've seen.
Yeah.
Because I know females who be like, yeah, my dude is this dude, but I still fuck this person. I know niggas that I'm just keeping it a buck. Once again,
I don't know if I can handle that.
I'm just talking about. I have.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Because if you, here's the thing.
I don't want to know. So
Okay, we get.
But I'm just saying.
I do not want to know.
I'm not necessarily saying people I fuck with.
If you're
I
playing me,
I'm insecure already on that.
I'm just keeping it in the butt.
I don't trust women.
well, not insecure. You
Here's
just
the thing.
have
I got trust issues.
trust issues.
I don't trust
But here's the
Trust
thing.
issues.
And this is not trying to cause a divide,
I
but
used to smash a chicken in
Facts,
college, right?
let me
You
tell you
cannot
something.
trust everybody.
And the next day she'll be holding her man's hand walking around campus.
Once again, you know what I'm talking about.
She coming to the room, I'm smashing her out.
But you
the
know
next
you gotta
morning
do
she
it,
walking
though.
around, he ain't giving her the sex, obviously.
I'm talking once again.
And
I
like,
told you I can write a
You're not
book.
committed, obviously.
I can write a book.
I can never trust.
I told you I can write a book. Nice guys
But
finish
of
last.
all women, though,
No,
like,
just saying.
obviously,
just
she
talking about
wasn't
trust
really fucking with him like that, even though that's her
But
dude. Like,
that's
What you just told me
that's a reality.
who said that? I didn't say that.
Oh, but
It
then listen,
depends on everybody.
everybody's
That's that
different.
person. Everybody
But
different. That's what she was doing.
when
That's
I-
she
when
did
I
it.
say-
She good.
you study before the test.
See, here we go again.
I'm just
Listen.
saying, that's what you said.
Don't
You
fucking
study,
start with
Speaking
me.
on what you
Listen.
said.
Don't
You
fucking
said-
start
listen.
with me.
You said that's
You
what
study,
that's what-
listen.
I didn't say that. That's not what I
added.
said.
They
To each
study.
his own.
They
We
added.
study, I
To
know.
each his own.
We study before the test, but I'm just saying, listen to
Study
me.
before the test, you're right.
I've had real conversations with females, and I'm not saying females that I've been intimate with or none of this. I've genuinely had great friendships with people of both sexes where we can just really be real with, because I don't do fake.
Right.
And I don't do friends.
You know, I keep it a buck.
We friends.
If I'm
Friends.
if I
Okay.
can, because I want to learn you. Because
So she is.
what's the key to life?
Yeah, we don't go to.
Besides trying to understand the key to life, you want to learn people. You want to learn shit. You can learn something from everybody.
Yeah.
You can learn something from a homeless person. You can learn something from a billionaire.
From a baby.
You can learn something from
For real.
key to baby, which you already know where I'm going. The key to life is to always be a baby, because a baby is a
Stay learning.
resemblance of a sponge.
Mhm.
They absorb everything.
Everything.
So what I'm saying is, in my lifetime, in college, human sexuality and conversations I've had with people, not on air, just personal.
Well,
I've
I
had
was
some
saying
deep
that.
conversations with people on some real shit.
What?
Just going past the fluff shit that a lot of people go through.
Right.
I'm that person who will have them real deep conversations, and I won't be like, oh, such and such said me, such told me such and such. I'll be like, human sexuality class when I was in community college, and the class was full. It's like, I sit there and be like, okay, you cheated on your dude, but tell me why.
So this is my thing. So as men,
I'm gonna
you
go
know,
there.
society is always, you know,
It's deeper than
looks
the
upon
bullshit.
like you're supposed to sow your oats and be a player as long as you can. So when is it ever okay for a woman to
They're allowed to
learn,
do the same shit.
experience, and to know what she wants? If she don't date.
Because she can't be true to herself if she don't know herself.
No, but what I'm saying is, if there's
Let's keep
never
it
a
a buck.
time where
18
she
to
can be
21.
that,
18 to
but
21.
then
If you-
18 to 21,
if you get out of
that's a
high school-
short
hold
ass
on, hold on.
time frame to
I'm
date
finna-
one or two
I'm
people
finna
and
tell
know
you.
if that's who
What's up,
you want to
Kelso,
be
right?
with. Like,
If you go off to college, the average woman that goes off to college, that freshman, sophomore, junior year, they usually get it in. 'Cause that's their first taste of
I know
freedom. If
bitches
they
that
go
get
into
it
the
in.
service, if
Yeah.
they do the service, that person listening. So that during that period of 18 to 21, that's when a
You
woman
know,
has
I
her
can write a
chance to
book.
do her thing. And if
This
you
shit-
don't, sorry, Ma, you missed the boat.
I went through this shit in high school. What we were talking about
see,
earlier.
that's the thing that's like a stigma.
And
So
junior high.
women in
Keisha has a
their
question
20s
for-
is like
Keisha has a question
women
for you.
aren't supposed to date.
She says,
Just
because you
be
made
one
that
person
comment
forever.
about you don't trust women. So Keisha says you don't trust women at all, but you want a woman to trust you. Make it make sense.
And
That part,
That
you just
is-
want the reflection.
that's
Like,
when
so what you gonna give? What you want, but you're not willing to give is like
So
in the
look,
universe.
it's
You're not gonna
hypocritical.
get that. You're
I
not
see
gonna
it.
get
I
that.
Why
And
not?
then- Because
I'm
that's
king.
not how the
That ain't how the
universe
universe
works.
works.
That ain't
No,
how it
I am
works.
king of my
You gotta
domain.
put out that
Listen,
energy.
I am the
You gotta
hero
put
of my
out-
story.
You gotta put
So
out
why
that
do I
energy.
Can I
accept
answer
bullshit?
that
You
question?
gotta
Go
put
ahead,
out
go
that
ahead.
energy.
Go ahead.
We on the same page, though.
The
Right?
rest of
They
it's
don't
for you,
work
so
like
I
that.
For me,
They don't work like that.
maybe that's a mental illness that I have that I'm working on.
it's okay. And,
Maybe
hey,
I
I
have to go to
respect that.
therapy for that.
Here's the thing.
And
you
that's-
don't know everything,
I'm
but
gonna
you're
start
willing to
today because a
learn.
lot of people people don't admit that
Maybe,
sometimes
yeah,
they
maybe
need
that's what
therapy
I'm
to
working
talk
through.
and get
Coping
through
through
some
that.
situations.
We've been conditioned to think a certain way.
I need therapy, but I'll never go.
Maybe it's mama issues that go with it.
I'm a black
You know
man
what
in
I mean?
America. I ain't got time for that.
We don't talk about
I ain't got time for that soft shit. I gotta push
See,
forward.
now that's the problem. He said he's a black
That's
man in
the
America
divide.
that don't. He said it's
He
soft.
already
It's
said
not.
he's black. That's
Like,
where he lost cool points right there.
No, hold on. I have.
Did I answer your question, Keisha?
See, I'm one
Let
of
him
the
answer.
people.
Let him answer.
I'm one of the people.
I
I'm one of the people. I'm probably gonna be on the '94 Freaknik documentary.
I didn't go.
I want to see this shit. I want to see how many of y'all
I wasn't there.
that's talking shit now that had y'all ass.
I wasn't there. I did not visit Freaknik.
Okay, it was Atlanta.
But out here we had Lake Barry Esther.
We had Barry Esther.
Lake, and
We had
then
Festival at the
I
Lake.
ain't
Hey,
know about them back
I went to
then.
Roosevelt in East Oakland and murdered Dubs. Niggas was doing shit in junior high.
I've
And
heard
you
stories.
lucky you can't make motion out of Polaroids.
I was going crazy like that.
My thing
just
is
said.
my thing is
Once
this.
again,
Some
I can write a book.
Here's the thing. Some people be talking
Right,
about.
Duck.
Some people
You
be
know.
talking about. Oh, you had ghetto twins. I had ghetto quadruplets. Like I literally got 4 daughters
Nigga
that are
didn't wear
within
condoms.
365 days of each other. I have other kids besides that.
People just laugh
And
at
I
us.
say that to say. And the reason I say let your people see me saying this. And I say all that to say is that
I want to be on your
I
shit.
understand the concept of people need therapy, this and that, right? But I got so many kids.
Yeah.
How many kids you got?
I got quite a few.
I only got 3.
No, let me
I'm listening.
I have so many kids
All my kids
who
came
are
from
counting on
relationships.
me. I have so much going on. I have so many people going on me that I don't have
Ain't nothing
time
but
to say,
randos.
"Oh, let me go to therapy."
Therapy.
Oh, let me slow down and get myself together. There's people counting on me, so I don't have an opportunity to say,
They
"Oh,
have
well,
it
let me."
accessible now. You
let-
can do it on your phone.
But here's the thing:
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury to put my guard down and try to get that. I gotta get it by any means necessary because there's people counting on me, and so going into therapy or getting in touch with my feelings,
You need to.
that's for
Ready for it.
bitches. I gotta
Yeah,
know
No,
it.
it ain't.
I'm a
Hey, you
woman,
said
man.
this for us.
Ah,
You gotta be ready to be in
I'm
tune
gonna
with
work on my
yourself.
guy. I'm gonna work
Yeah,
on
you
my
gotta be
guy.
ready to be in tune with yourself, bro.
We about
No,
community
Keisha,
service
it's not a
and
flex. What I'm
uplifting.
saying though is that as a wayward youth,
We're gonna have a show.
as a wayward youth in the '90s, I did a
So-
lot of shit that has permanent effects. And now the bill is whatever they say the bill has come due. It's like this: if you had a kid in '94. You can say, "Oh, I was young."
I didn't have kids in
But I'm
94.
just saying, you can say, "Oh, I'm a teenager."
I didn't have a
you don't
kid
have that
till
luxury
fucking
to
98.
say that. You now have a whole human being, a whole
I'm
human
22.
being
And I
that's
turned
28
22
years old
2 weeks
that
after my
needs your
first kid.
fucking help. So, nigga, you don't got the opportunity to
No,
be like,
not that.
"Oh, I got to get in touch with my feelings.
No,
Oh, I got to
argument.
relax." No, nigga, you won't.
All my
You got to
brothers
get
had
money.
kids.
But I don't think it's more so. It's really just someone helping you sort things out.
You gotta find that base.
But sometimes, some of us, the only reason why we surviving and the only reason why we thriving. Let me tell you something as a black man. Some of us, the only reason why we surviving and the only reason why we thriving is because we have a certain edge to us. We got a certain amount of hardness to us to push. And if a motherfucker wants to come and take that edge away from us,
Hey,
we'll be regular, and regular niggas can't provide.
I got
They
a
don't gotta be
question.
It'll
tipsy
never
up
be
here.
regular.
I got a question.
I'm hot.
How do you
I'm
heal?
cognac.
How do you heal from all that? You take some LSC moss.
But no, for real, break it down. How do you feel? How do you heal from these things?
Okay,
You want to
so
hear it because you want
I'm
therapy.
gonna give you. I get it. Here's
Oh,
the
I
thing. I'm ready.
You gotta
ready?
get
I'm
it
finna
where
give
you
to
can get it at.
I'm gonna
If
tell you
it's
something.
talking to your friends,
Yeah, I want to hear
and
Flies tell me
expressing,
how you
First-
feel.
that's therapy.
First-
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Definitely. You gotta have a men's
First
circle to
and
communicate.
first and foremost, to heal, you have to recognize the condition.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
when it comes, listen, I'm finna. This is encompassing. This is encompassing everything. This is whether whatever anything it is, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcohol Anonymous, Sex Anonymous, Players Anonymous, whatever anonymous that you identify
Some
with.
people do when they have issues, they
You have to first
overindulge in whatever
recognize.
addiction thing is. It's
You have to first recognize that there's a problem.
First, you gotta want to change too. You gotta want to.
Before that,
That's like somebody addicted to something.
you can't. But here you can want to change.
Just stop. They're gonna want to.
Here's the thing: you got to acknowledge that there's a problem. first, no matter what it is, how big or how small. Because you can say, I want to change, because there's hella people that's say they're homeless people, man, I want to do something different. I want this. I want $1 million now. But are you recognizing, acknowledging the condition that has you where you're at now? You first have to acknowledge that there's a problem.
Then you find tools.
That's first and foremost.
Find tools.
And I come from a family who had families of substance abuse, alcohol abuse, all that abuse. And which side of the spectrum I was conduit to whatever, not to family indirectly, but just saying, keeping it a buck. Even with me, I have to acknowledge that, damn, I was probably a part of society's downfall. I've never been the biggest dude, but I always was in the room.
That's true. So you got to be true to yourself once again. What you're saying.
I never was the biggest dude, but I was always in the room.
Always in the room.
Y'all hear that? That's real shit. I've always said that from jump. You gotta
I was always in the room.
Music,
Everything.
fashion, like as a designer, people definitely have me sometimes want to like question what I'm doing or myself, and it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay true to myself. Like
First
if I
and
feel it in my
foremost,
heart, and I'm already set. Like
you gotta acknowledge.
You also have affirmations. Every morning, wake up and say something good about
That's
yourself.
what us woke people.
I do techniques, right?
You looking like, but it works.
I do these techniques. It's called I am, right? I am.
Keisha made a comment. Keisha made a comment saying that said you gotta acknowledge. She was recognizing what Deshaun said. You gotta acknowledge what the problem is, but she has too much pride. But sometimes it's not about pride. It's literally about.
Here's the thing.
It's sometimes as a father. Especially as a black father in East Oakland,
you
have to make
all the niggas black. You already putting yourself
as a melanated father in East Oakland,
you niggas continue to call yourself something in the box, you gonna continue to be in a box.
Let's establish this. I'm not delusional. I understand that therapy is beneficial. And I understand due to my various dysfunctions and this like that I do need therapy. However, I'm also saying that as a melanated father, under these economic times, I don't have the opportunity. I don't have the opportunity to get off the gas, and I need to keep pushing. And I think getting on therapy and getting in tune with myself and all that, I do believe that would push me off the gas, and there's people who are counting on me for their very survival. And so I'm willing to sacrifice my own well-being. I'm one of the type of fathers that I would go off the Golden Gate Bridge for mine. And that's the equivalent of that. Like, maybe my life, well, you know, but see what I'm saying? But there might be steps that I can take and go to therapy and things like that to make myself a better person. But I also say, you know what? As long as I know they good, so I'm willing to sacrifice me.
But that's also
it's not pride. I'm just willing to
that
sacrifice.
Could be a defensive mechanism that keep you strong too, right?
And
I always say, if I'm not at 100, my kids aren't going to be at 100 because they can feel you. They understand when you're not at 100. They can feel your pain too.
Thank you.
Even without speaking it. And if I'm not the better me, then how am I benefiting anyone? You know what I mean? I'm not being conducive to my kids.
I want to piggyback off that. So what you just said. Not saying y'all, so the whole thing with baby moms, like how y'all feel about that? Like should your baby mom be at her ultimate so that if she's the provider, like not providing, but you know, for the kids that she's mentally, physically in well health.
I'm mental. Everything is in threes.
A lot of people out here like they don't even.
Well, ego has a counterpoint. Igor says.
I know. I'm just saying.
Igor says.
They know that.
Hey y'all. Igor says.
Like helping the mom.
How is telling another person with flaws your flaws helpful? Please explain. And he also says.
Hold on.
Therapy is for white people. Igor said. How is telling another person with flaws your flaws helpful?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You don't gotta be white. Here's the thing.
You gotta be white. So I'm responding to Igor's comment. That's my guy.
What do you say? I missed it. What do you say?
He said, how is telling another person with flaws your flaws helpful? Please explain.
I'm gonna give you this.
How's this person? This person got a flawed person too. So how telling them, oh, this is what's wrong with me? How's that gonna help you?
Here's why. Because, and I'm gonna use both sides of this demographic when I give my explanation. Society is a follow society in the most.
I need a flat iron.
You good? But listen, it's not about personal beliefs and reality can always be two different things. You good? Listen, let me get. I'm finna answer Igor's questions because I understand what you're saying. I completely do. Society puts us, especially melanated men, to feel if we expose our inner thoughts and want to say what we feel to anybody else, that we're considered soft, weak, this and that. But here's the thing: if you in a group setting you got to be comfortable. You got to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Same way as a dude, if you can cry at a funeral in front of your female and expose yourself to that, you got to be willing to be real with yourself in front of anybody. Because if you here's the thing: if you allow what you think somebody else thinks of you to control your perception of how you are, kill yourself. And I'm gonna get suicide, so you already know how I'm gonna. So I'm gonna apologize because somebody gonna take my shit wrong. But
you said perception is everything.
It's not.
You mentioned the ego, but there's also the id.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you gotta stop putting that part of it, the insecurities, and I get it. Naturally, everybody has insecurity. I'm a fluffy dude. I ain't got a six pack. I got a keg. So am I gonna walk around in some shorts that's above my knees? Once again, that's against man law. If your shorts is above your knees,
that's them, what they call them?
I'm fluffy, Chuckingdales, but I guarantee you, nice guys finish last. But I'm just saying, back to me, go back. I digress. Yeah, them niggas. But I'm just saying, you gotta stop living in that fucking bubble that society puts you in. To saying we can't express ourselves, we can't be allowed to express how we feel genuinely, not the fluff shit.
Yeah.
Not the man. We got 10 of us. We all chilling, and I gotta be hard all the time.
But I want to speak on that too, because another thing is how someone else can help you is they can show you tools that they use. Right? Like with grief. People grieve differently, right? And
you're going right into what I was going to go into.
What I have to do, maybe I wasn't, I did that. I was smoking and drinking at one point. But then I learned how to meditate, and I learned how to pray, and I learned how to exercise. I learned how to eat more healthier because that makes me feel stronger. I learned how to exercise, exercise my mind with reading on grief. Reading on these things that I was struggling with. Right? So just helping somebody else that they didn't even think about.
A lot of people don't even know
think about that thing. They just drink, they smoke, they start using drugs. And maybe you did do that at one point and say what happened to me.
We lost touch of the essence of who we are and how we related to each other. Man versus woman.
Interconnected.
Now, and when I say, excuse me, I'm going to correct myself. Not versus man with woman.
Yeah, we're interconnected. We definitely are.
It's always been a seesaw. And I'm gonna give you a gem. This is 3 in the morning shit. I'm gonna give you a 3 in the morning shit right now.
I'm the portal. I have life in me too. I'm holding eggs. And I'm holding eggs.
The relationship.
And I'm holding eggs.
Without there's no you.
And without me, there would be no one.
Exactly.
Without me, there's no one.
Y'all ready for this?
So we both
without women,
I'm gonna go to elementary school.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
The relationship between male and female.
Fight over here.
No, we ain't fighting. We're gonna fight for each
I'm a
other.
lover. I ain't no fighter, baby.
Exactly. We're gonna make sure you finish first. But
We're gonna finish first.
you're going to. That's guaranteed. No bullshit. The seesaw. Like I said, I'm gonna take it back to elementary school because you got to go back to basics with everything because we so far off the orbit.
Yeah.
You got to go back to basics. College kid, you know what I'm on. I'm finna go there. I'm gonna go rabbit hole. 3 in the morning shit. What's one of the basic shit at recess we know is elementary school? Seesaw. She see it, I saw it.
You guys watching.
It doesn't mean that what she see and what I saw, one is greater than the other.
Come see me again.
What's the essence of a seesaw?
Yeah.
It's joint work.
Yeah.
Right?
You guys be speaking
Ready?
factual things.
You follow? I'm finna go with it. I'm finna give you. It's one of them seesaw.
I don't know
Male,
if you get
female
this.
is seesaw.
Okay.
Yin yang.
Yep. Like that.
I'm giving. This is what it is. I
There's a
studied.
balance.
I'm
Yin yang.
Thank you.
There's a balance.
You have that, and I feed both wolves. So I'm just saying. But when it comes to us, you got to yin yang within yourself before you can yin yang with anybody else.
Yeah.
You gotta be willing to yin yang with
Y'all said
yourself.
something about
But let me
society
finish.
perception.
You're right, but I'm just telling you the truth. Fuck what they've given us, the perception, the war that they got us on.
He like, get your damn arm out my face.
Life is a handshake.
Igor says balance.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Life, let me tell you something. Life, and this is once again one of them gems, real shit. Life deals everything. And people be like, handshake deals was gangster. What's the perception of gangster? Because you glorify gangster, and I don't mean the we on the block shooting niggas gangster. No, I mean the suit and tie, business deals, shit, real gangster. Real gangster is quiet. The G in lasagna is silent. The L in salmon, you don't hear that shit. You see it, but you don't hear it.
And we're philosophical.
Once again, as I go there.
My nigga went there.
But that's what I'm saying. If we continue to be on,
I hear you though.
I'm just saying, we short ourselves because we don't call it what it is.
That's real shit.
Let's call it what it is. Seesaw. I'm gonna go back to my seesaw.
Back to the shit you said, being real with yourself.
You gotta
not
be.
just being true to yourself, but being
me
real
tell
with
you something.
yourself.
But here's the thing.
My cousin Biaggi, selfish.
Like they
Peace,
say,
Cuzzo. Let me get this.
You got the ego and the
Selfish?
id. There's no self.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you what selfish means.
That's real.
Rest in peace to my cousin. I love my man.
That's in peace.
You know why he came up with selfish clothing line?
Mm.
It means you gotta love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself first, how can you love anybody
How
else?
can you? You angry still inside.
It's being
like,
real.
Some people don't know how to love themselves. Some
And
people
we
don't know
gotta
how to
get
love
back to
others.
that.
Some people don't know how to love others.
So
Love
back
is
to my
different.
seesaw.
Definition for different
Y'all ready? Back to the
Y'all got me
seesaw.
hot in here. Y'all gonna be hot like me.
Hey.
What the-
What Nelly say? What Nelly say?
Look, back to my seesaw. Cause I'm gonna bring y'all in until y'all start getting it. Back to the seesaw.
Let me say something.
You ready? No, I need this.
Graham.
Back to my seesaw. Don't, because I'm finna go home. I don't want you to talk right now. I want to get my seesaw. Back to the seesaw. You got
That's
the
what look at
veil.
me.
You got the scale. You look at justice. Thank you. Justice
This shit.
for this corporation, she has blinders on and the scale's tipped. Life is a scale. It's balance. Everything you do is balance. Math is balance. I'm giving you something you can get at 3 in the morning. You can get it right now when I give it to you. I know what I know. I don't know what you think I should know. I know what I know. So back to this seesaw, because I'm gonna break it down to you like fucking omelet. Back when I said, and I'm gonna give it to you right now. When I said you take the eggshells and you put it in the water, and that's the best nutrients when you grow shit. That's where we going. Everything I tell and say has some real meanings to it. That's what I do, and you know that. So,
I
back
think
to
the yak
this
kicking
seesaw.
in for me,
No,
man.
it ain't none of that. It's
Stop
just,
saying for me. The
I
yak
know.
kicking in.
I just said it. You know how? Because I'm going there. Because I'm just breaking it down. Just
You
hold
should say
back.
break it down.
Thank you, sis. I'm just saying, the seesaw, you got a woman on this end, you got a male on this end. You can't have fun on the seesaw if it's just one person on this end. You ready?
That's funny.
Because I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna correlate it to the seesaw.
Going there. I don't know
I
where
hear
you
you, though. I hear you,
going.
though.
there.
We with you. We with
Because
you.
I'm trying to get y'all there.
We trying to get there.
You gotta get
You
there.
got
We
to
been
drag
on
us
like
to it.
4 shots
It's
of
like, get
yeah,
there,
I'm
get
on
there. You know how you
I was
be like,
drinking before
you know,
I
you
started.
like,
Can't
come
say
on,
that
come
she
on.
is silent
You see how
and
turned up I
lasagna.
got? I
Exactly.
really drink tequila. They got me
100%.
drinking yak. I was too turned. I'm already
We
turned up.
just live.
know tequila
Yeah,
after.
I was turned
But
up.
listen,
That's not
I'm just
me.
saying, you can't enjoy a seesaw if the other half is not participating.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's all I'm saying.
So is that a
You shut up,
relationship?
Mossy
Are you saying
Everything.
relationship? Okay.
When not just in listen to your point,
Yeah.
not relationship just
Get
in
that seesaw.
me and the female I'm dealing with.
Then went down. I'm supposed to be
The relationship of us, the balance in the universe. You gotta have the yin
Igor
and
said he
yang.
wrote the seesaw in the middle.
And
I'm done.
Igor?
I'm not drinking no more.
I'm just
He
saying,
said sippy. Let me tell you.
you gotta have both. You can't enjoy the seesaw without somebody on both ends. You need both ends to enjoy seesaw. In other words, you
I
just
hear you though.
you just sitting there on the bottom, and some motherfucker looking.
need
You
both
looking.
ends if you're on a
Hey,
seesaw, bro.
listen to me.
Can't be on
And this is
Oh,
both.
we listen.
Think about it. What's a seesaw with only one person? Somebody sitting low, looking up at another end. Do you want to continue? If we continue battling, we're just on one seesaw, on the end of the seesaw, looking up at some motherfucker above us. You'll get that at 3 in the morning. I'm just saying.
Topic, but I wanted to shout
Let's
out
talk about this
myself.
CMOS.
Okay.
Let's break into the CMOS because we got Miss Babs here.
Miss Babs, Linnell LS. Thank you.
She
AKA
got the
Miss
CMOS.
Babs.
What's your name? Say it again.
Linnell LS, aka Miss Babs.
You gotta always say it. That we did the college kid. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always say
Always
that.
say it.
Yeah.
Linnell LS, aka
Always
Miss
say that.
Babs. You know what it is. Hell is hell that.
Because we talking about healthy.
So healthy, I make sea moss from scratch and I infuse it with fruits. And
Do you make it yourself?
Yes, I do. So it's organic and it's healthy. Sea moss helps with a lot of things. It's actually like a vitamin, a supplement. It gives you energy. It has like vitamin C, B, D. It's really good for you. So I usually, this is gel that I make, and you could eat it a couple teaspoons.
You can eat it.
Yes.
You
I
just
thought it
eat
was a
it.
soap.
No, I have
No,
soap.
CMOS.
Oh, okay. I was twisting
So this is like
I've been rubbing that on my ass.
the gel.
People make CMOS.
So the gel you can eat and you can regularly like eat it like a
CMOS.
vitamin, or you can add it to a smoothie.
Smoothie.
But then you can also use it other ways. Like I have soap, you can use it on your skin.
I'm not asking that, Igor.
What?
He won't know to give you the runs.
No. If you had the runs, it would help you from stopping the runs.
I help fellas with
It helps you, give you energy, potency. What else?
Potency a cold word.
Old ass man that can't get it up.
So it's like
Erectile dysfunction.
Old ass man that can't get it up no more.
Here's the thing. CMOS, and for y'all that don't know, your body requires 102 minerals on a daily. CMOS gives you 90.
And this is edible.
Yes. You can eat it by itself.
Yep.
Or you can add it to a smoothie, to a
Anything
CMOS.
really, because it kind of doesn't really have a flavor.
How often do you
You take it daily.
Daily. It's like a supplement. It's like a vitamin.
Like that.
So you want to get it in your system.
With your body is minerals,
Igor.
water, solubles. When it comes to this healthy shit, and when you talk about us woke niggas, yeah, when you get to the essence of you, and I had some fast food today, so I fucked up.
But he bought CMOS, so he about to be right back on track.
You gotta put in, you gotta feed both wolves. CMOS, like I said, your body requires 102 to 106 minerals. I believe it's 102. CMOS gives you 94 to 96 of those minerals by itself. Fuck the soda, the sugars, the pork, the this and whatever. You have one source that gives you 90+% of what your body
So it's
needs.
actually like a filler as well. So it's like if you didn't eat, you could eat this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if I eat this, it will give me the vigor of my youth.
Okay. It depends. Here's the thing.
How much do I need to take in order to have the vigor of my youth?
Oh, he's trying to
fuck bitches like
That's
he
what
was
he's
in high
saying.
school.
I'm
just asking a question.
Look
I
at your
want to
honey pack.
To be honest, I mean, like to me, I still feel like you
wanna
would
do your
have to
47
take
pumps
it. You
in?
would want to take it for a week every day so that it
So
gets
take
in
a
your
week to
system.
kick in.
I think so.
Because
Like,
you got to
get
think
in your
about it.
system.
Your body's already conditioned to the poison and the bullshit that
And then
we
you're
into.
detoxing.
So I should put this down and drink that.
You should. Hey, here's the thing.
Fuck that.
In moderation.
When Ramadan was last month,
Mm-hmm.
Who
so
did that?
I know
participated.
plenty people, which I haven't.
Muslim?
Muslim?
So here's the thing.
Are you?
Everything
just
with
like
your
this,
body.
Emma.
That's what I'm asking.
But here's the thing.
No, I practice.
The more you know and study and understand yourself, aside from what the shit that they give you, you'll start understanding what you need to do with yourself. They don't promote sea moss everywhere because it's the truth.
And they won't promote it because it helps with a lot of
the shit they put on you.
The poisons, the cancers. This will help fight all of that.
Dr. CB,
okay, let's say I'm sold. Where do I go to buy this from you? How do I support you?
You can DM me. You can hit me up. I haven't put it on my site yet. I think I do have the soap on my website, which is swaggcreator.com.
That's how you make it?
Yeah.
You can hit me up on my Instagram.
So you like actually in the kitchen making this yourself?
Oh yes, I made these. I made these yesterday. I outsource, so I get my I have a source from Jamaica. I do purple sea moss from Jamaica, and then I do golden Vietnamese sea moss. Those are kind of like the highest.
So if we as melanated people,
thank you.
Should we trust the Jamaicans or you say Vietnamese?
I mean, you can trust both of them, honestly.
I want the Jamaicans.
It's a good source. They're both good.
Yeah, sea moss.
I feel more affinity with my melanated brothers from Jamaica.
There's a bunch of sources.
The rocks
Here's the thing.
in the bank.
I just speak
Definitely
on.
not for that. I don't think it's going out.
I'll speak on what I know.
I do shit.
Okay.
It's an additional cost, but the bottles are $10 each. If you need shipping, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that because in the process of shipping, I would have to like freeze it and keep it frozen.
Freeze dry.
And it would have to get to you within like a certain amount of time so that it's still good.
And how long?
And that's the thing, I like to keep it fresh. So like this bottle is like a week's worth. If you do this, eat some every day or make a smoothie every day, this should last for at least 7 days.
Yeah.
And will it spike my blood sugar or anything like that?
No, it is not going to. It's going to help with high blood pressure, diabetes, any illnesses you have. Please tell him. It's going to help all that.
Sea moss, here's the thing.
That's
you
why they
hear
don't
the
really
term
promote it like that.
superfood.
It's like sour salad.
Right. You hear the term superfood and the things that your body needs because look at our diet and what we consume today on a regular. It's the average
so if you just
human.
added some of this,
we got hella soda, hella sugar. People think dope fiends are off powder, lean, coke, and all this other shit. The number one drug is sugar.
Definitely.
The number one drug is sugar.
Sugar like that. It's gonna help.
If you look at the basis of, once again, breaking it back to science, not opinion, but science. In life, the sugars that we needed from nature was given to us through pineapples, strawberries, watermelon. The nutrients from earth, seed-bearing fruits, not the shit that you get at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and these niggas that perpetuate this shit on you woke niggas. I go there. I'm just saying.
They're all lit over here.
I'm just saying. The seeds. Shit with seeds. You know what I'm saying? The essence
I
of
used
the
to bring
shit.
him smoothies on set. He used to be like, wow, I don't know if I'm going to drink this, but it's good.
Yeah. Because you go to these juice places, get this with the wheat,
I
add
ain't
the
gonna
wheat
lie,
grass.
I'm not really a healthy eater, man.
Because
I'm
what
gonna have
condition?
some pork chop. I'm gonna have some spotted pork chop tonight.
We're conditioned not to be healthy.
I'm not really. You brought me one healthy drink.
Conditioned
You
not to
brought
be
me one
healthy.
healthy drink, and I was sitting there looking.
And then we
at shit
sitting
like
there
that,
with hospital
and then I
beds
drunk
in
it,
the
and I was
living
like, oh,
room
this is good.
and diabetes and we wonder why we got fucking gotta get the leg cut off with diabetes and this shit because society puts this image on us.
As long as they don't cut my dick off.
Huh?
What's wrong with
Because
It's
it's
not
a
gonna work right.
fucking.
If you got
Here's
diabetes,
the thing.
it's not gonna work right.
It's organic though.
No, but if you
That down,
sick,
who's
sick,
organic? Right here,
Who's
right
certified?
here.
I mean, unless you're growing it in your backyard, you ain't gonna know.
Exactly.
I feel good.
So you have to.
They've already been
trust in the
proven
provider.
these stores who make millions and billions off
It
of
probably is.
off of the healthy eating community.
I make mine.
Think about it. Look. I'm gonna just say this. And this is just for context.
It's natural. I
Think
make it
about it.
fresh.
Person I can
Like I
trust.
just made a batch yesterday.
You gotta trust
so
your source.
I'm about to be so loud. I don't like.
Because we put our trust in everybody else.
You said about a week ago.
We put our trust in fast food.
You said a week, right?
We put our trust in everything.
Fresh.
Miss Babs, she
We
said
put
about
our
a
trust
week.
in everything.
Igor said, "Hold on,
Soda,
feel it different."
Hot
She said
Pockets.
about a week, right?
You give your kids the
Within a week, you will
hot
definitely feel your
chilies.
energy levels go up.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
we society puts
So
our
do you take
trust.
this every day? You take sea moss every day?
He's been
I've
doing
been
like 2
a couple
weeks
weeks.
now. It's been 2
So
weeks.
I've already been on some
Why
supplements.
Pharaoh?
Here's the thing.
Keisha made a comment.
Here's the
But
thing.
if it doesn't work anymore, then it wouldn't matter if it's cut off. I guess the response is saying you can cut. Deshaun said they're gonna cut your feet off from diabetes. And I said, well, as long as they don't cut my dick off, I guess everything's all right.
You always have to come.
And then she gonna say, and then Keisha gonna say, oh, if it doesn't work anymore, then it wouldn't matter if it's cut off.
But
really ill and shit.
No, I still think that
like,
so to the point.
Yeah. I can be footless and all that shit.
Here's the thing. To your question,
when I get depressed.
to your question and statement earlier, I can take it and do. Don't expect instant results. It's just like with anything. But you gotta remember, you've been conditioned to disrespect your body
Yes.
for 20, 30 years. You're not gonna get the instant result, and that's the problem with society. Everybody thinks, oh, I take this wonder pill. Motherfuckers be like, man, I take this Viagra, and I'm fucking bitches all day. I take this woo.
No, you got about good 4 hours.
You just get you
That's
some
all I heard.
CMOS and
It's you have heard, but no,
That's
that's
like Caribbean people been using CMOS for years, especially Jamaicans, and they make CMOS
But
with
the
peanut
Caribbean
butter.
ain't got nothing to do with they on the island and fuck. You shouldn't need no.
But listen.
Testosterone.
I gotta get it.
Listen, here's the thing.
Caribbean people already know about. They've been eating this shit
Forever.
probably since they were kids.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like this
You
is a part
gotta
of their life.
reverse.
Igor,
Here's the
stop
thing.
that.
You have to first reverse the condition you've been put in before you get progress.
Real life.
Remember they had this movie with the Pilgrims Limitless with Brad, whatever the fuck, that he took this pill and the brain went to boom, boom, boom. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's not the possibility to have this type of pill, because the Pilgrims been working on some shit before niggas was aware of themselves. You know what I'm saying? But to correct, I say it like this: if you aware of, you familiar with how a ship or a train moves on the track? To get a train to stop on the street,
We got the game, man.
to get a train to stop on a dime, you got to start the brake process 3 miles, 4 miles ahead of time to reverse the effects of the inertia.
Oh, you can get it from me. So DM me if you're interested in CMOS at Miss Baps.
I'm finna pin your shit.
I'm
Swaggcreator.
gonna go and speak for the real niggas.
See, there you go. Stop.
I'm gonna speak for the real niggas.
Stop.
You can say that a person gotta start this process, this and that. There's a couple people in the comments saying that if you eat a certain way. But let me tell you something. I'm, as a person who's willing to sacrifice myself, I'm here to tell y'all, because I know other people that fuck with CMOS and stuff like that, and it's made a difference in their life.
Right.
If you want to start changing your ways, change the way you eat, add supplements like this CMOS from Miss Gaps, and that will honestly start to make, and it ain't instant. Like Deshaun said, it ain't instant, but because you, and like Keisha said in the comments, you can't correct 30 years of bad
overnight
in 48 hours.
It's not gonna happen.
Hey, that's real life.
That's discipline. You gotta want to change it and be better.
And you can't be snorting coke.
Let me tell y'all something.
You can't be snorting
Hey,
coke.
look,
I've been peeling
I'm
out
sitting
there.
here
It ain't gonna help you smoking all that
Let me tell y'all
tobacco,
something.
cigarettes and shit.
I'm one of the people that always say,
all the time.
I'm just as ignorant as I am intelligent.
So it's not like
I want the best for y'all. So what I want y'all to do is go to her site, get this CMOS,
Support
throw
my
these together,
folks.
and look out for yourself. As
Support
far
my
as me though, I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna
He
eat
going
some
to hell
pork chops and all
the
that
way he want to
bullshit.
go.
you know he ready to go.
But
He said he eating pork chops and pussy. He on the first day of smoking.
But all seriousness to the side, I got true love for my people. I got true love for my loved ones, and things like this can really help you and stuff. Because too many of us eat ourselves into high blood pressure. We eat ourselves into diabetes, and then we're relying on the medication, and then we get to the point where if we stop with the medication, because right now
Natural shit.
A couple years ago, I was in the club, right? And the nigga Jamie Foxx was standing right here, right? Shout out to my partner Nate, because he tried to get on Jamie's helmet about some more other shit, right? But I was sitting there and I was looking, and I was all bloated and shit like I was, and I looked over at Jamie, and this nigga was 2-3 years older than me.
Yeah.
And this nigga had, in fact, when he got up and did his little stand-up, this nigga had a fucking six-pack, and I'm sitting there like, nigga, how the fuck you got a six-pack?
Did he get what?
Hey, I'm
But no, but here goes the thing, right? But as you look at Jamie, right? Jamie is apparently 55 right now, right?
Oh,
And
He's had a
Jamie
heart
Foxx
attack.
was in great shape.
He's had
And
a
then
heart
I
attack
go
and an aneurysm.
and then I go on
My mom
Twitter
had an
and they
aneurysm
like
and
Jamie
stroke.
Foxx is
what
in,
happened?
and now they
Did he lose his
saying
memory?
Jamie Foxx is in
We'll
ICU
talk after.
and had
I can speak on the
had a
shit. I
stroke.
deal with
That
it.
Pharaoh
I
let
deal
y'all
with
know
it.
how much of a celebrity he really is, though. He just
But
let y'all know below how
no.
he be hanging with
No,
Jamie
my
and
point
shit
of what
on
I'm
the low.
saying though is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
my
he-
point of what
he
I'm saying
put that
though
in
is
there
like
to let y'all know.
as Deshaun always says, when you relying on this Western medicine and these Western ways,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, even though he's 55, that nigga's the picture of health and look like he could be on marathons.
Your
And
shit
now
can
they talking about
happen at
Jamie
any
Foxx
moment.
is in ICU,
what?
had a stroke.
And
And now I'm
aneurysm.
sitting there,
And
thinking,
aneurysm.
Stress.
he had an aneurysm. Now I'm sitting there thinking like, wow,
My mom
all
had,
this riches, all this success,
Aneurysm.
and all this,
Right.
and if he don't get a chance to really live the rest of his
Right
life,
now?
it would be a great
Yeah.
tragedy.
Yeah, this just happened.
And so, and then I'm sitting there looking
Yeah.
like, so when somebody comes along with a product like this,
That's
and
important.
Miss
How
Babs
you
has
can-
this product, and it can help make a difference in your life,
Said that.
don't eat yourself into high blood pressure. Don't eat yourself into diabetes, and then be
Discipline.
reliant on Kaiser to give you medication.
Because they don't
Right
care
now,
about you. I'm gonna just tell you now.
take
They do
something
not.
like
I work
this.
in medical.
Take
Come
something
up
like
and
this
then
and make
do
it and make a
Come up
difference
and
in your life.
the re-up.
The medicine and pharmacy,
Big pharma.
like pharmacy, whatever school, like was taught, and I just felt like, damn, that's wrong. We're learning that the medicine is not made to cure you. Again.
No, it's good.
It's just
This
a
is the thing.
side.
I sell dope.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
It's
Here it
never gonna
is.
cure you.
I use me.
It's
I
just
sell
to
dope.
subside the,
Right.
the condition.
Keisha, I'm trying to, but I don't have the
And
will.
knowing
I
that
sell dope.
these seconds, like, damn, I'm
It's
giving you
killing
money,
y'all.
You're paying
But y'all
thousands
hooked.
or hundreds of dollars for something that's
Look at
not
crack.
gonna help you really in the end. It's just
Crack,
and
fuck
the more you
niggas up.
take it, it's gonna mess something else up.
If I'm making billions upon billions, that's just hold on a minute. I'm talking about big pharma. Trillions and zillions. And I'm speaking on me. Zillions.
Zillions of fucking dollars.
I can guarantee you, all of the niggas, and I mean niggas, Nubian intelligent, God-gifted Africans, not the dumb motherfuckers that be doing the dumb shit and telling on each other on social media. I just mean the people who are aware. If all of us came together and put money, we still wouldn't match the pharmaceutical industry and the money they make. Because here's the thing.
Your point with that, I've been trying to people as a collective to get together and grow their own stuff, like barter with things, like
And you
to
look at
where we
you
don't
look
really
at
have
what
to
they're
go and
doing
get poisoned.
to the society, to
I got a
the
question for
atmosphere.
each one of y'all. I want y'all to answer.
Yeah.
Okay, in my case,
I need to put a plug
in my case,
in a minute.
like we right now have a guest who has a product that can help. And you know what I'm thinking about?
Mhm.
Is when I leave up out of here, there's a soul food restaurant
thinking,
on San Pablo.
Right.
called
And
Touch
can
of
you
Soul.
put that on top of some
And,
yams?
and as soon as I leave out of here, I'm finna call in my order
That's how
and
I
go
do
get
it.
some smothered pork chop. But now,
Well,
now,
you can put that in there though.
but now, but here goes the thing, right? Like right now, I'm
I really
literally.
pork.
No, listen though. I'm literally standing, I'm literally sitting right here, less than 3 feet away from somebody who bought a product
Real
that
product.
can help me
And
live
you're
my
still
life.
thinking about some fucking
And I'm
pork
thinking
chops.
about some smothered pork chops. The question to each one of y'all is,
How do you?
how does a person, because you said the person needs to do right, turn the ship around, this and that. The question to each one of y'all is, how does a person who has ingrained habits
Right.
of eating unhealthy, how do you even attempt to turn it around?
You continue. Here's the thing.
And each one of y'all answer this.
Okay.
please.
I'll let y'all go, and then I'll end it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hold on, start with him. Let's just
Okay.
go on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would say substitute it slowly. So gradually, it's not a. Okay, so it's like anytime you make a change, it's a one-time thing, right? So it's an everyday process. It's a step-by-step thing. It's not when you build in the wall, you start brick by brick. So it's not like a foundation for
Pyramid.
sure. Oh, you already know.
You already know where I'm going.
For me, I'm gonna piggyback. I feel like that too is discipline. Looking, at the bigger picture of your goals of longevity, of being healthy and being, as you get older, of just being, healthy. And I feel like it's discipline and wanting to do better, wanting to change. And then for me, it's like, I don't know, recognizing your body. If people like slow down a little bit and listen to your body and listen to like what you eat and how your body reacts to certain things you eat, drink, smoke, whatever, just listening to your body and taking heed to that. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I throw up or I cough too much after I eat mac and cheese, or like, you know what I mean? That means it's not good for you. That means your body is trying to expel these toxins, and you keep doing it daily and daily. So it's like definitely in moderation. I mean, it's not gonna happen.
You gotta want to do it though.
But it's like you can do every day. Hey, instead of a burger or a steak every day all this week, how would I do it once a week?
Or just add it. Yeah, just add to it.
Or instead of so much, maybe just
why
a
wouldn't a person want to eat healthy? Why wouldn't a person want to live?
Right. And that's the question. It's life or death. And when you think of it as life or death, then it's like,
so
shit,
I
need to eat more
say
healthier.
it's not going to happen for people that just eat all the time, that's been eating like that. It's going to be certain things they're going to have to start taking away. You know what I mean?
And it's knowledge, though.
You know
It's
I'm
knowledge
going.
that you give us about it. We don't know about it. We don't know why it benefit us either. We need to
That's
know
what it boils
knowledge.
down to.
Education is
And you know what that too, because sometimes people will still be like, man, I'm still
There's all kinds of ways to commit suicide.
But then later on, you 40, 50, you be like, damn, I wish I would
You know what I'm saying?
fucking.
There's all kinds of ways to kill
I
yourself.
would
Knowledge
have
is
did
power,
that.
though.
I would've
6
did
million ways to die.
Knowledge is power only if you use that shit.
So for me, first of all,
Go ahead.
before I answer that question,
Go for it.
one of the biggest things is you can't. I'm gonna say two things that kind of are different. Steve Jobs said, "Eat your food as your medicine, or you'll be eating your medicine as your food."
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, that's my first
Right.
point. Secondly,
Like that.
Food is healing.
Secondly-
Steve Jobs and my grandmother are buried in the same cemetery.
Food is healing.
so
And
secondly,
y'all know my post, so you know where I be.
you can eat whatever
I
you
visit
want,
every 2
but
weeks.
you gotta try to get that at least 30
She
minutes
been
of
hunted for
exercise a day. CMOS ain't gonna save you. Ain't no vitamin gonna save you. You can't just
You
sit
said
on.
CMOS can't save you.
No,
Yes, it
listen,
can.
hold on, listen. You can't just sit on your ass. We are
stand up.
animals.
You stand up, be active.
We are meant to move around. I'm not saying you
I
have to
agree.
go
You
to
gotta
the
feed both
gym
wolves.
and all that. I'm saying you have to get up and be. You can't be no gamer just
Hey,
sitting
son.
there or just
Go
pushing
ahead.
buttons. You feel me? Like you have to be on the move.
I seen
But
a post like that.
to answer the question though, because I wanted to say that,
'Cause I wanted-
them things
I'm-
earlier.
I got a word.
But to answer the question, everything starts with momentum. You know what I'm saying?
And
So you
nurture.
have to take one step at a time.
And nurture.
You can't look at like, okay, this whole month I'm about to just take CMOS. Just start with today. Just take CMOS
One day,
today.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
One day.
saying?
Don't eat 2
And then-
cheeseburgers, eat 1.
Yeah, and then
Thank you.
tomorrow
That's what I'm saying.
build on
Yeah,
that.
cut back.
The
Like-
biggest thing that I learned in life is everything builds off of momentum.
Yeah.
You have to keep it going, and that's the only way. And then maybe if you put a little bit of walking in with now your CMOS and your, you know what I'm saying,
Cutting back on
everything
whatever.
Walk
and
with
cutting
your mate.
back. Now you have
Now
momentum.
walk the bridge.
So now you have to look at it and
11
say,
miles.
okay, now I done drunk CMOS for 5
somebody
days,
walk the
and I
bridge.
walked 3 days a week.
That's a date.
I should maybe if I do
real date.
everything I was doing
Yeah,
at
if
the
I'ma
beginning
spend
of
time
this,
with you walking the
now I'm
bridge,
starting all the way over from scratch. Now I
and
done
you wanna
lost
walk the
my
bridge with me?
momentum.
I
So
mean,
for
you
me,
gon-
I just take it like as everything is like a
The
momentum
real gonna
thing.
walk the
Like,
bridge.
I don't want to have to start
The fake
back
gonna be
over
like,
all over
Keep it
again.
going.
Cause I done smoked
It's a
Black
move.
and Miles for years, and that shit was hard to stop. And I just took it
Like
one day at a
17
time.
cigarettes.
Like, you feel me? Like, okay,
Like
I'm
a
not
mile,
gonna do it
17
today.
cigarettes.
All right, I made it 2 days. I'm not gonna do it today. You know what I mean? Then I fuck up, and then I have to start all the
Back
way
over.
over.
And there's nothing wrong with starting over.
So you asked us the question. Okay, so what's your answer?
I'll go to pee, and then I got.
Oh, I reason why I asked
That's
the
why you
question
asked.
is because I understand the concept of I've long had the desire to lose weight, eat
Mhm.
healthy, and this and
Yeah,
that.
it's
And
discipline.
I have found myself to have absolutely no
Discipline.
self-discipline in it.
And that's okay.
And then I've also certain times been said, man, you know what, man? fuck it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. And I'm just gonna grind till I wake up one morning and I don't wake up.
Accountability partner too. Get somebody to be accountable, help you out.
And
calling you like, hey bro, you been working out today, or what's up? Let's go work out, or let's eat healthy today, or you feel me? Have somebody hold you accountable too.
So, give me the original question, because
the original question is that even though you see something like for instance, we got a person right here that's saying you got the CMOS, you can make changes right now to change your life. What happens when you absolutely just don't have the desire to change your life? Like, I like to lose weight. I'd like to eat this sea moss. I'd like to be healthier, this and that. But I'm also going to touch your soul and get some smothered pork chops.
Nobody just wakes up and goes, hey, I want to have Cognac Confessionals today.
Look me up on IG.
I didn't choose this, but this is the life that I was born into.
We always dropping gems. Shit that you get at 3 in the morning. So,
hey, what's up? It's your boy Pharaoh, man.
But don't be content with what it was.
So, to summarize what we was going, here's the thing. I'll start with discipline. I'll tackle this in phases, because with anything, and I'm not saying I'm a Jedi, you know that, on many levels in life, but I'm going to break it down because, like I told y'all, as a kid, you got to be a sponge and absorb everything. So I always break things down to its lowest common denominator, because life is math. And everything, if you're paying attention in life, is math. Numbers is everything. 3, 5, 7, 2, 5. I give it to you.
He threw that out.
I give it to you all day.
Lot 21.
Yeah. I give it to you all day. Life is math. Math is numbers. If the numbers don't add up, believe me, they might have add up to you, but they add up. It may not be the sum, and the sum is this plus this equals that. That's a sum. It may not be something that you believe, but it's still the sum. It may not be what you think it be, but it's still the sum. You'll get that at 3 in the morning. But life, everything you got to add up and add to it. So when it comes to thinking healthy, the pressures that's put on y'all, because I listen to everybody and I don't judge, because we all have different demons. We all have different ebbs and flows in that 24 hours. Because life is like the water, because we're 80% water. Once again, I'm going to give you some gems. I'm going to break it down to you. The water, the tide, ebbs and flows in 24 hours. It does boom, boom. It does this. And that's the same with us, because we're creatures of the celestial beings. The moon controls the tide. Highs and lows. That's your endorphins and everything, highs and lows. So what you consume, what you absorb, whether it's good shit, Trump says, fake news, all that shit, everything you absorb, whether it's digesting, absorbing mentally, absorbing physically, with the atrocities that is put upon us, everything you absorb, because you feed both wolves, whether you know it or not. But if you control how you feed both wolves, is how you become Spartan.
Right,
Kick a nigga in the chest. This is Sparta. I'm giving it to him.
You know what?
I'm giving it to you.
Why you call this Tequila Confessions?
You ready?
What do you think?
Okay, so I'm gonna go. No. Hold on. The original.
It would have been a different.
Hold on.
Brown, I usually drink tequila.
Here's hold on. I'm gonna give y'all. So I'm gonna give you.
Ready to
So
yes.
You ready?
I swear.
I'm answering your question.
Yeah, why you drink tequila?
Listen, I drink tequila is my drink.
I want to know why you call it tequila.
No, the original concept for my show, the original name for this podcast was Cognac Confessionals. It was Cognac Confessionals and Tequila Testimonials. That's too long.
Nah, it ain't.
No, once again,
You have
too
to
long.
find-
No,
listen.
listen.
Niggas be fucked up for you.
Society, that's a long name. Listen. Okay, we got you. But that's long. So that was the original name of the podcast. Cognac Confessionals and Tequila Testimonials.
Okay.
Marketing and everything.
We
We do Tequila Testimonials. Tequila is my drink.
I don't fucking tequila. I'm just saying.
That's my shit.
A little bit different.
But anyway, so back to the. We need to understand, and I need some. Give me I need to get a. We're gonna end it. I'm gonna end this in 3 minutes. So I need you to. I need to.
After cussing me out, hugging me.
No, we good.
Yes.
No, we
I'm
gotta learn.
that one. I'm gonna speak my
I'm
mind.
gonna hit you up so we can get you in the video.
We got this.
If
So
y'all know me, you already
You
know.
gonna need dancers? Cause I need some dancers. Like,
Hold on.
No, strippers.
No, choreography.
She all the dancer you
Tell
need.
everybody.
I need some choreography.
Tell everybody where they can find
I got a
y'all.
video shoot tomorrow.
Don't roll.
I'm trying to get a choreography.
Tell them where they
You
can
can
find
find
them.
me Swaggcreator.com.
Oh, you are Swaggcreator.
That's
SWA
good.
double G
That's right.
Creator, one word, Swaggcreator.com, Swaggcreator Instagram, Miss Baps, MIZZBAPZ, which stands for Miss Beautiful Ambitious Powerful Style. That's me, Miss Baps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you can tap in with me, DM me if you're interested in CMOS. Local, please, because I mean, shipping I can, but I would prefer local. It's better, like, because it's fresher.
Hey, for real, feed both wolves. CMOS. We
Oh, and CMOS soap. I got CMOS soap, which is also infused with CBD and black seed oil. If you know anything about black seed oil,
is
it's
the
like.
shit. And I just hate that they call it black because everybody correlates black to
But you
some
know,
other shit. But I know what you
everything
mean.
that's blackberries.
The darker the berry, the sweeter
the
juice.
The more the antioxidants,
Hey.
the healthier it is. Like,
And
dead
our
ass.
beers need to be moisturized.
Yeah.
Niggas get that at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. D, tell them where they can find you at, bro.
My name Double D the College Kid once again. College Kid 5500 on IG. Double D the College Kid on Twitter. I got the clothing line, Yo Boy Clothing. I mean, you own value of yourself. I go. Go get that. It's also on IG. That's on. You can hit the link in the bio. I got the shoe app out. It's called What Are Those? The shoe app. So download that on Google Play and in the Apple stores called What Are Those? Tap that in. For sure, I got that going. The clothing line, got the music, Double D the College Kid on YouTube. So go see that. Also got the podcast, All About Perspective. That's on YouTube as well. So just type in Double D the College Kid and follow me for sure. We got movies coming. Let me shout out to Pharaoh Film. You know what I mean? For real.
We networking. So, both of y'all.
Shout out to Sean. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me today. For real, for real.
My thing is
I appreciate you
networking.
too.
For real,
Thank you.
for real.
Appreciate it. Hey, that's what I'm here
Stopping
for.
through.
I don't.
Stayed the whole time.
My name and face on the marquee, but I'm about building. I'm a builder. You know that for my shit. You already know for these emblems I wear. I'm a builder.
357.
357. Exactly. I'm a builder. So I ain't got to be the man, but I'm always in the room. You don't know what it means. So, you guys have any project coming up? Anything you working on? Let these people know, because that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, we just dropped a song called Love Thing. Shout out Lejon Hawkins. I wrote this song, Love Thing. I think that's gonna be the hottest song.
Let's get bruh here. I ain't mean to cut you off.
That's gonna be the nice song, the next song for the weddings, for real. Love song. We writing love songs. I got a song out right now, my single called Lingo. Go get that. Actually, go get that Lingo. And then What's Happening, we got that out right now too. That's one of the singles. So we're just working, man, making music, making movies, doing a lot of material. Yeah, for sure.
I can put it in your team.
Okay. And Pharaoh.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Pharaoh. Right now, what we're working on is we've got several films that we did, and we're working on the. We're not working on it. It's locked in place. The Juneteenth Black Film Festival, June 24th at the Black Repertory Theater. And we're going to be premiering a couple of films. And actually, one of the films that we're preparing has Double D, the College Kid, in it, and Miss Bats, and Flodge, and Deshaun.
I'm in everything,
And myself.
motherfucker. I'm like air. I'm everywhere you need, nigga. Hey, no, for real. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Miss Baps, Double D, and once again, this is not gonna be the only time because I'm always about networking and us promoting us and in a positive light form and everything we do because that's what it's about.
Why don't I say that?
Hey, y'all want to tune in with this? Y'all ready? Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, we catch y'all next week when we have whoever the fuck we have on, because they gonna come here.